What is going on, dude? How you doing?
Yo, what's up? Doing good, doing good. How the hell are we, my man?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. There we go. Dumbass. Doing good. Sweating out Portland State to they can make it a 7-3 or 6-3 night. So um, actually, assuming what's his nuts Ferguson didn't catch another ball. Yep, 2-0 in the NFL. Love that. Over 3.5 field goals plus money. There were three in the first quarter. Love it.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm 6-6 right now. If Portland State wins, I'll be 7-6. Lose 6-7. So, it's all right. If we lose, it'll only be my fourth losing day of the 15 betting days. So, and each loss that we've had, we've only lost like a handful of units at a time. Not had a big losing day. So, but Portland State will get us into the green at 7-6. So yeah, UCSB was tough. Had a couple heartbreaks there. UCSB was tough. Can't Wisconsin. Wisconsin actually was a
I
push.
told you we wouldn't cover.
It was actually a push for me. It wasn't a loss. I graded it as a loss, but that's just not true. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, they were up there though. Colorado minus 18.5. That was an easy bet. High Point laying the points. That was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oakland with the spread, easy. And then just the
They
favorite.
almost won that game outright.
Yeah, they played good. They were in that game the entire way. They didn't let up at all.
Mm-mm.
And then our rhythm play of the day cashes as well too, going to 7-4 with ease over 152.5 and close at 153.5. So if you got that, no problem at all. It hit with ease, and the over was on pace. So, and Portland State just goes up 9 there with a 3, which is big. Trevor, you got any other games that you bet on? I got to shout out my over in the Iowa State Stonehill. I thought that was a great cap. Uh, Iowa State almost scored 100, and Stonehill scored more than 45 points. So it worked out well. That number just got over with the Iowa State Stonehill game, and then also my North Alabama team total over as well too.
One of those days where you wish you bet everything because all my other bets too would have hit, but not too bad. I mean, Florida A&M soared under their total along with Canisius, 63.5. They won. They weren't even never close. I think they scored 50. They had like 12 points to 15 minutes to start the game. So High Point was on a mission to obliterate them tonight on both ends, and mission accomplished. VCU, I switched over to VCU. Glad I did. They gave NC State a scare. That's for damn sure. They played really well. The rhythm play, Southern Illinois over, sweat free. That was over in the first half. That was really nice. And then SIUE and Badgers over. That sort over as well. Badgers just playing a lot faster, and the defense is lacking a little bit, but you're also getting a lot more possessions to both sides. So 146 total was really low, and I think they went over by 20 or 30 points. So um, that was really nice, but that was about it for me today. Just
Yeah.
Portland State is all that's left.
Yep, Portland State, and my record is actually 6-5-1 right now. I had my first push of my year. Had a couple pushes last year, seven total pushes on the year last year. So maybe we'll see if we can get close to that number. Finish 11:02, 9.55, and 7. I think we'll have more bets as we're on pace to crush that number. But I do have a push here. Wisconsin minus 25 was friendly, I guess. So they just get the hook. So grade that as a loss on the sheet. But looking at my stats here on the book, it is a void. Some of those offshores, that would be a loss. So at least there's some positivity with betting with the books. But yeah, man. Rhythm play of the day cashes over under 152.5. So if you guys didn't know, we're sponsored by Rhythm. Rhythm's been handing us some great models, some great preset models, and also able to build custom models on their website. So Rhythm.ai on the app, you can download on the App Store or go to their website as well, rhythm.ai, and then www.rhythm.com. AI-powered sports intelligence, giving you highest value plays, NFL, NBA, MLB, WNBA. They've been feeding us winners, and we definitely liked the over 152.5 in the SIU ND State game, and it was one of Rhythm's top plays, and that hit with ease. So make sure to sign up to get all those models that we're discussing and insights on it at Rhythm using promo code PFP25 for 25% off your first month. And Elliot is coming back from the selling units, Kansas State, absolute sell artist. But let's all wish Elliot a happy birthday. Final 15 minutes of his birthday here in the chat. So make sure to wish him a happy B-Day. Looks like people are winning. Yeah, Drake was free, Brennan. We know. Congratulations. Woohoo. And looks like some Cowboys bettors. Drake did. So chat's rolling. High Point, North Dakota State, best bet. Good job, guys. And yeah, Damani, UCSB was crazy.
Yeah, that game went out with the last 30 seconds lasted 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know. And then LMU goes to 5-0 or 6-0, excuse me, and gets a win in the Thunderdome. Kind of a comeback win. UCSB was looking like they were going to cover the number or flirting with covering the whole time, and then they just boom. Even with overtime, couldn't get it done.
Yeah, no, I had it on the background. I wasn't watching much, but I noticed it was still going on after like 15 minutes. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Played the foul game, so if the under was flirting on hitting and it didn't, prayers up because that was rough.
Yeah, no kidding. Some wild games early on too. Just NC State VCU was a great game. Enjoyed watching that. Didn't bet it. I don't know if you did, but then just Tennessee Tech, wrong read. Siena, wrong read. The Colgate little buzzer. Bucknell Pitt over, didn't bet it. West Virginia over, didn't bet it. Or minus 23.5, didn't bet it. Didn't bet the Lemoyne game, but I really liked Lemoyne last night. I wish I kind of pulled trig, but you know what? Glad I stayed off some of these bets because they were flat out wrong. So now we just need Portland State to stay in the green. If we don't, we'll lose some juice. We'll lose a little bit out of the juice bottle today, but I call that paying for entertainment. It's not that bad of a loss, and we will move on. And last Monday I lost too, and we ended up still making 6 units last week, 7 units last week. So stacking those Big Macs, I like to call them. Trevor, how's the season going for you? You had a good day today. You've been kind of bouncing back and forth. You got a lot of bets though, and I feel like you've been kind of hitting at a clip last few days.
Yeah, it's been nice. Not down 12 units like usual to start the year. So I'll take it. I'm hovering at like I don't know, probably 3 units after today. So it's going, but it'll pick up. It'll pick up. That's for damn sure.
Oh yeah. Anyone that's tuning in, Trevor and I, 80-something units like 120 units last year combined for the Pump Fake Pod. So, and we talk about every game. We bet at volume. So, and it's worked out betting at volume. Shoot or shoot, as they like to say. And we got a lot of games to shoot tomorrow as well too. So always chat. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that like button. It's really easy. Just hit that like button. Little easy press of the button. It really helps us out. Make sure to drop all your comments. Drop your plays. Let's get the chat rolling. We got a lot of games to go in and a lot of games to shoot about tomorrow. Trevor, I'm pumped for it. Tuesday is always just a tremendous day for college basketball. I mean, they always have banger games, and in the conference, maybe as many, maybe less total games on a Wednesday or Thursday, but they really pack a punch on these Super Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays are the best day outside of Saturday. That's that's for sure. But every day's great. But yeah, I'm excited. Tomorrow's slate's fun. Good mixture, some good games, and some bottom feeders. But you know what? We're going to talk about it. We're going to love it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I guess without further ado, we should just dive right in. And if Elliot, he is gone. It's his birthday. You got to enjoy his birthday, even though he's probably not too happy with Kansas State's performance today on defense. But offense is looking good. We post our picks to the picks page. They'll always be posted if anyone's gone. There's 3 of us, so we always should have like 2 of us here. I will be out this week on a wedding. Not me, a destination wedding, but I always will post my picks to the picks page. So always check that, and you can find that in the description page for anyone tuning in. So let's go. Talking college basketball, November 18th. Let's start it off. American versus Rucker, minus 16.5. Over-unders 144.5. Rutgers hasn't been able to they didn't cover that number against Brown last week. I see 15.5 on BetMGM. American has been a kind of a feisty team. They laid an egg against George Washington. I'll take American with the points. I think American's a good team. I just feel like these books are just putting Rutgers at plus 16.5, plus 17.5, just kind of around that number. Can they win by 20? But Rutgers defense can definitely push them to win by that. But defense doesn't always put buckets in or ball into the bucket. So I'll take American. They need to somewhat be competitive after their ass kicking against George Washington.
Yeah, I would honestly probably lay it with Rutgers. American, yeah, they had that game versus Wake Forest. But Wake Forest is like a 20-something point dog, like or a favorite like that. You can't lay that with Steve Forbes. So I mean, American got that, but they haven't looked good. Otherwise, I know they won at home, but on the road, they got obliterated by whoever that Mason or Washington or whoever. Now you got a Rutgers team that's tall. They make you work on defense. And they force turnovers. They don't turn the ball over. They can get to the free throw line. They can rebound. They're going to have a size advantage. I think American, their best bet is trying to slow down and get as little possessions as possible in this game and use the clock. I like the under, but I think Rutgers ends up winning this game by 20 plus. I just don't see how American really hangs around.
Yeah, I mean, definitely can see that. I'm going to wait to bet American. I'm not rushing to bet the 16.5. I think this number is going to continue climbing. So you're riding with the Steve Peichel and you're pounding some nails against America?
Seems to be so. I don't know if I'll bet it, though.
All right. Trevor, take this one away. Vermont is laying 2.5 against your favorite team, the Buffalo Bulls.
The Buffs. Let me pull this up. Buffalo. All right, yeah, Buffalo. Was that the DePaul? No, they had a game after DePaul. But yeah, hey, 4-0. Props to them. Southern Miss, DePaul, Green Bay. They've got some wins here. Vermont's a big one. Vermont's come out. They've looked pretty good. They had that double OT win, and then at Northeastern, and now another third straight road game. Here they've also got Liberty on deck. I think Buffalo kind of win. I think they win this game. We got a short spread. Everybody loves Vermont. Buffalo's got that shit name recognition, and Vermont's on their third game since when was that? Sunday. So 8 days, 3 road games. Brown, Northeastern, Buffalo, all in the same area there, but still traveling. They've got Liberty and Yale on deck next week on Monday next week. So yeah, you could argue it's not a look ahead if it's a week. I still think so a little bit. And Buffalo's look good. You know, they were a fade wagon last year. They were great. They were bad, and now they look all right this year. I'm going to take a stab with Buffalo here on the in the points.
Yeah, this game is a weird one. I can't figure this Vermont team out yet. I totally thought Northeastern would get them, and they were, and then they just fell flat. Vermont kind of swarmed there at the end and made on a run. Both teams undefeated. This line freaking reeks, man. I have to agree with you. I think we dive into the stink on Buffalo here. I think Vermont's the better team, but now they're on the road. Buffalo kind of getting some good credit, and the books are kind of respecting them a little bit more. And I think we're seeing a short price because they're a little scared of Buffalo against these catamounts. So give me Buffalo here against Vermont.
Let's do it. Blue Bulls.
Blew them. All right, let's wait. Ooh, I skipped one.
I think you skipped a banger.
Skipped a banger. Where'd it go? It's gone. I don't see it. All right, well, we can talk about this one real quick. IUND versus laying 2.5 against Charleston Southern. Over-unders 191.5. This IUND game and lines have been freaking ridiculous. IUPUI now laying points on the road. They just got a win on the road against Eastern Michigan. I will continue riding it. Give me IUND on the money line on the road against Charleston Southern. Continuing with their press energy. Warrior. Jaguar Warrior 131 press. I love it. Just absolute push. So let's go IUND money line.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you. Charleston Southern's not going to have the horses to keep up with IUND. I know I said that last time at home, and they ended up losing 90-94. But also, speaking of which, this under, out of principle, this might be an underplay. I mean, like we said,
IUND under.
Well, we saw IUND at home against forget who it was, 90-94. That's 184. They're still 8 points under what you need for an over in this game. It's a crazy high total. At some point, they've got to be over adjusting these. I'd lay it with IUND, and I like the under in this game. I just think the total's just getting too high. And if it goes over, you know what? It was a fun sweat. Watching buckets is cool, but this is too many points. It's at some point it's just too much.
Yeah, I mean, I can't bet. I watch them, man. I can't. The pace they play, I can't get behind it. But I get it. It's a lot of points. I mean, it's not IUPUI. I mean, you're also betting on Charleston Southern to score that many. So, yeah, I could see it. I just can't, out of principle, bring myself to that. All right, Michigan State's catching 5.5 against Kentucky. We gave our caps last night on this game as well. This line's kind of hung there. I like Michigan State plus 5.5. It is in the Garden. Kentucky offensively has kind of looked out of touch, discombobulated, but at times they're still able to score. So I hope Michigan State is able to run with Kentucky. If they try to slow it down and keep and slow it, I don't think that's the right call. I really don't. I think Michigan State can win. It'll be a battle down low. I think there's a chance that they could win down low, even with Kentucky's front court. With Michigan State's front court being pretty good, at least on the rebounding side with Kohler. Michigan State's gonna have to be able to shoot shots, and defend much better than Kentucky. I mean, Kentucky's defense, they do play both sides of the ball. It's not just I know they give up tons of points, but they do play both sides of the ball. So I think Michigan State, the over is somewhat telling that Michigan State could maybe control the tempo here as they kind of have a slower offensive pace than Kentucky. But I don't know if that's necessarily the recipe. I think that they need to try to somewhat match Kentucky at times and not be afraid of running and gunning with with Fears, Cam Ward. I mean, they got a lot of chances at second chance opportunities with rebounding. But we know with Izzo, they're going to run some sets. They're going to get it done. I'm going to get Izzo here with the points. It feels like a weird line, but I'm going to ride with it. I think Michigan State's being disrespected here. They look kind of bad at times against San Jose State, but they'll have them ready for the Garden. And I think we see a Kentucky team again stumble here early in the season.
Yeah, I mean, so you're traveling. You get the new arena here. So what is MSG or something? New arena. Kentucky offensive based team, no defense whatsoever. Now you got to go to a new arena, new sight lines. Get used to this. The offense could take a fault. In which case, Michigan State, they can play defense, and this offense hasn't looked terrible. Take the over 1.5 on Colin Carr, top 10 dunks in this game, because he's fucking awesome to watch. But I think Michigan State and excuse me, and Izzo can hang in with him 5.5. I mean, shit. Kentucky doesn't play defense. Michigan State does, and then you got Kentucky. It's got to deal with figuring out these sight lines and everything else in this arena. And that's a 153.5 Kentucky total. I think that kind of tells you they're not expecting as many points, and that favors Michigan. Michigan State. Kentucky wants to play this game in the 170s, 180s. Michigan State does not. And this being this kind of a total, that just tells me Michigan State's the right side here. I'm locking up Sparty. Might even sprinkle a little bit of money line on this.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm in on that. And my split. I mean, I know splits can be food. I mean, if you're just a splits better, it's good. It's good for reference. Don't just go off splits, because a lot of websites are different. They use different books. I'm not saying they're bad, but I see a lot of on mine at least, people betting Kentucky. Does it look the same on your end, Trevor?
I'm logged out of that. I'd have to go look, but I'd imagine Kentucky's taking some money.
Kentucky's looks like it's getting public bet. Some money's following it as well too. And that, I feel like that line's kind of hung there at 5.5, and I even see like 4.5 juiced on FanDuel a little bit available too. So, yeah, let's go Sparty up, baby. Come on, let's do it. Hey, Michael B, thanks for tuning in. Pick's been bad, just facts. Yep, you're right. Pick's been bad. 19.9 units this month. I'll just still be up 19 units regardless of what happens in this Portland State game, at least. So keep turning in. Keep turning in. Looks like we got some over fans. People sprinkling the money, and let's go, Rod. Yep, you got it, man. Let's go. Something's going right. And Redman, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Everyone in the chat is rocking here. Drop your bets for Michigan State, Kentucky. This is a banger. Champions Classic, 6:30 start time too. So we'll be having a absolute banger early on. Good matchup. So let's freaking go. Portland State just went up 11. Trevor, it looks like maybe an and one. But they're up 84-73. Be huge.
No idea. We got the ref at the table, 73-82.
Oh yeah, I forgot you live.
Oh, just kidding. I refreshed the page. Now it's 85. It got okay. It froze at some point.
And that's the best part. Hey, you can fade them and make money too. We pick every game. Don't bet every game, but we pick every game at least. So if you like something else, you can fade that. It doesn't matter. It's good stuff. But guess what? We don't care, because we're making money. Ad made money. And I'm telling you, 19 units. And if Portland State wins, it'll be 20 units on the day, on the year.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
And so yeah, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, haters and likers recommended. North Carolina A&T is laying a 1.5 against Morgan State. Over under is 159.5. I'll take NCA&T based off their defense alone. I think the over's in play. A&T hasn't looked good on the road. They played only against South Carolina. Morgan State at home has lost to lost a game against UMBC. So they're capable of losing at home. Weird line. I'll pick NC A&T. I think they're a better defensive squad. I think they could be able to match Morgan State. Naturally, I always would take a Morgan State over too, but I'm not betting this. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Morgan State. I'm not betting this game, but Morgan State at home against an opponent they can't compete with. They don't have the size, but NCA&T fouls a lot. So does Morgan State, but Morgan State shoots better free throws. So it comes down to it. I think this game's pretty even, but I'll just take the slight advantage on the free throw line and the home team catching points. But I'm not betting it.
Yeah, I'm not betting this game either. Kent State's laying 9.5 against Eastern Kentucky. Woo! Over/unders 159.5. Trevor, what say you about this game? This line is interesting. You got to expect maybe a high total in this one too. So do the books. What say you about the Golden Flashes and the Colonels?
Yeah, where are they at here? Here we go. Yeah, Kent State. They had that Wright State game. Wright State gave them hell. Eastern Kentucky's hit the road. They got smoked by Vanderbilt by 30. You can't really expect anything else from that. But they played Western Kentucky. They lost. They lost at 8 at home. Then get smoked by Vanderbilt. Now they're hitting the road to play Kent State. Kent State's looked good. They did lose to Troy to start the year in overtime, but beat Cornell, beat Wilmington, Cleveland State, Wright State. They've looked pretty good. The offense has been scoring points, and the defense has showed up some nights 72-77, but they also give it up 95-102. So that's kind of tough. Eastern Kentucky's offense, 62-79, and then 122 on a D2. I think Kent State's got too much offense for Eastern Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky hasn't looked good playing up D1 teams. I know it's Vanderbilt and Western Kentucky, but lost by 8 at home to an in-state rival. Should have been a get-up. Then he got smoked by Vanderbilt. Now you're going to hit the road and play a high-octane offense. I'll take Kent State to cover this number, but probably not going to bet it.
I'll battle you here. I like if you or bring a gun to a knife fight. I think I will bet Eastern Kentucky and wait to bet it as people are betting Kent State. Looks like I think the number is going to continue climbing. Kent State at home has been an automatic bet. He beat UNC Wilmington and beat Cornell. Lost to a good Troy team in overtime. So Rob Senderoff has these guys ready to go. They've been really good at home, so I feel like it's kind of like an automatic bet. But for some reason, I think this Eastern Kentucky team is going to be able to hang due to the amount of points in this game. I think Kent State will allow Eastern Kentucky's offense to work, even though it hasn't been as efficient to start the season. But I think Kent State's defense will allow that, and we know Eastern Kentucky's defense allows everyone to score as well too. Giving up 92 to Vanderbilt, 87 against Western Kentucky. So they've allowed a good amount of points even in some rivalry games already. So I think the over is definitely in play here as well. Over 159.5. I think we see an 88 to 80 game or something like that. And Eastern Kentucky covers the number. So I do see a 10.5 available at BetMGM. So it looks like things are bouncing around that 9-10 number. So I'll go with the Colonels here and the over.
Fair enough. BU, more like PU, is headed to Columbia. Columbia's laying 6.5, over under 147.5. I like Columbia on this one. Personally. Boston looked pretty bad at home against Merrimack the other day. Lost 91-79. Hitting the road to play Columbia. Columbia's looked good. They beat they played New Haven and Lowell, but they've just absolutely beat those guys by 20 plus like they should. Now you're getting a real team coming in, get it coming into play, and Boston hasn't looked great on the road. They beat Northeastern in overtime by 1. Northwestern pummeled them, and then they just lost to Merrimack. Their one win is Brown, who is not very good. I think Columbia's got the offense. I think they've got the shooters and the size to kind of bully around Boston. So I'm going to lay it with Columbia here at home.
Yeah, I like Columbia here as well too. They're solid early on in the season. I think this number is kind of telling as well that the books are respecting Columbia here with Boston's defense being porous and Boston being able to run and gun after kind of a their snail pace that they've been playing as of late in the last few years. It's a little different Boston team. I think Columbia is going to be able to be solid at home. Similar season to last year, starting off early in the non-con pretty good, and I think they're going to be able to cover this number as well too. So yeah, give me Columbia at home as well on the -6.5.
Speaking of Brown, Holy Cross Brown, what say you?
Yeah, Brown laying points against Holy Cross. Over/unders 141.5. Let's see, pull up my notes here. I like Holy Cross just off of a win. Brown 0-4 laying points. Feels like a Brown spot. I'll pick Brown no bet just because on the fact that they're 0-4 laying points. And then Holy Cross just had their big win against big win, but their first win of the season against Hampton. So yeah, I'll take Brown. No bet. I don't feel confident in it. See if Holy Cross pulled momentum, but an 0-4 team laying points. So yeah, give me Brown and definitely an under spot potentially too, but no bet.
Yeah, I can't lay points to the Brown. Holy Cross did just get their first win, but put a neutral is already in Rhode Island. Now they just go to Brown, which is right there, so not a crazy travel spot. And Brown, I get their laying points, but this team isn't good. Siena beat them by 16. They lost to Vermont in double overtime. Boston beat them by 13, and then Hampton beat them by 11. Holy Cross has beat Hampton, so transitive properties if you want to do that. But Browns had 3 home games and they're 0-3, so it's not like they've been on the road doing this. They've been at home losing. I'll take Holy Cross to sweep the Rhode Island trip here. Give me Rhode Island with the points. I think they win this game outright. Or Holy Cross, sorry.
You bet it?
Good chance. Good chance. I like this one.
Hell yeah. All right. Delaware is laying 5.5 against St. Peter's. Over/unders 142.5. That's a high total for a St. Peter's game, huh?
Yeah.
Way higher than normal, I guess, that you would say. Delaware looked somewhat competitive against BYU in the first half of that game. Was winning. Delaware 0-3. No way I can lay points with them. I know the St. Peter's team isn't anything to write home about, but they did put up 93 against Fairleigh Dickinson. They got spanked by Seton Hall and VCU by 17. I don't know, man. I can't lay points with Delaware. I think St. Peter's could maybe force some turnovers. And Delaware has been a problem on the glass. So I think St. Peter's could try to limit possessions and slow it down and play good against Delaware. There's just 0 chance I'm laying points with the Blue Hens.
Yeah, I mean, I debated playing St. Peter's here. It feels like a semi-high total, but I don't know. I don't know why. I just always have a thing for St. Peter's that I just think they're better than they are. Beat Fair Dick by 10. Other than that, VCU, Seton Hall, tough losses. Delaware's lost to Bucknell, and then BYU did what BYU did to them. But St. Peter's, both of these teams more on their level here. Delaware laying 5 points. That's a ton of points. I'll lay because it's so big. St. Peter's could easily just go dead, but I'm not betting this game.
Be tweaking. I think I'm gonna bet St. Peter's actually. I was gun shy on Lemoyne tonight. I'm so pissed about it. St. Peter's up 11. Refs are kissing each other right now. We need this. I got 6.5. What'd you get? You get 6.5 last night with us. When do you bet like first when you wake up before you go to work? Is that when the line's open for you?
They're open now for me, so I'll bet them as I go. Most of them are open, I should say.
That's good.
Otherwise, yeah, throughout the day, if I go take a shit or whatever at work, waste some time. I'll scour some lines or whatever. But yeah, mainly night before, and then just kind of sporadic throughout the day.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Shitter there. They got a technical foul, so Portland State's going to the line. So if you got 7.5 or
Beautiful.
6.5, they are covering at the moment with 36 seconds left, up 12. Should get the ball back too. Potential to go up 13 here. I love this Portland State team. They're fun to watch. But yeah, lines are open for me. Trevor just lives in one of those states. If you got what I'm putting down there, so
why are we not taking ODU money line?
There's zero chance I'm laying points with Xavier.
No.
And even if we're wrong, like, okay, like, oh, finally Xavier got their spot. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying the.
And they have Georgia on deck.
There's no on.
This is a sandwich spot. You just got beat up and you just got beat up in Iowa. Now you travel home to play little Old Dominion, and then you got to go play Georgia.
Is the Georgia game an NTE? I think it is.
Yeah, it is in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, it's that Charleston Classic or whatever at the arena. Yeah, dude. Zero chance I'm betting Xavier. I know that the Cintas Center's fun. They beat Marist only by 4, Lemoyne by 5. I think Old Dominion's could be argued is better than both. I think Marist is better. Cash, Portland State 7-5. Keep fading all you want. That's another good day in the green. So fire day, even after a bad start to the day at 1-3. But that's not how you start. It's how you freaking end. 7-5-1. Come on, keep cashing, cat. Come on. Had a good time of picking bets, of picking which ones to bet today. That was smart of me versus the no bets. So let's fucking go, Trevor. Absolutely fire pick there. Let the Vikings get it done. Go Portland State. Good college basketball.
Yeah, sweat-free winner.
Let's go. Pump Fake Pod. Both in the green today. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, we're riding Old Dominion. Tell me about your taking the money line. You could talk me into it. Maybe just a little money line sprinkle.
Yep, I'm thinking going 1.5 on ODU, and then throw a little bit on my, go to win a unit on the money line here, plus 285.
I mean, it is Old Dominion. They're not very good, but it's Xavier. The Xavier team's off to a rocky start.
It's a sandwich spot too. It's rough. I mean, ODU doesn't do much well. They defend the 3 pretty well, but I mean, Xavier shooting less than 70% from the foul line, 32.5% from 3 versus 33.5 for ODU. I know the size is crazy, but still, you can't do that with Xavier. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'll go down with the ship.
Let's do we wait to bet this till the end of the show? Do you think people will bet Xavier or no?
No, I think it gets bet down big time. I just bet these. I think it gets bet down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, I just had to play plus 10.5 minus 120.
All right, I'm in. Let's do Old Dominion plus 10.5. Like, come on, fight, Monarchs, fight against the Musketeers. The Musketeers fight for the Monarch, don't they? Too little house.
That's above my pay grade.
Troy tuning cap there. Let's go. Xavier on that. And shout out Virgil. Let's get that money. LGTM 3-team money line, 2 sweet. Thanks for tuning in. Yes,
Appreciate
hit that NWO money line. Hey, Michael B. We talk about the bad picks too. I just said I'm glad I didn't hit my no bets. Dude, you're a legend, bro. Legend. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get that money though. Appreciate you, Virgil. He sent me a good parlay today. Another NWO parlay is what we call it. New World Order, WWE, WCW. So no NWO 2000, Virgil. Let's go Wolfpack on that one. Good stuff today, and thanks for the $10, bro. Appreciate you. Drexel's laying 9.5 against the New Jersey Institute of Technology, South Harmon Institute of Technology. Over unders 133.5. Oh, Drexel just got their shit kicked in against Syracuse. They've been scoring a lot more points though. Been able to kind of run and gun. NJIT though. Okay, dare you interest in a hold your nose over here? Just with the low number. I know it's the pace of NJIT and Drexel here, but I took some gross overs. Worked out today. This feels like this number could get there with the foul game, and I feel like the pace is a little faster than we've seen in the past few years from these on the NJIT side at least. So a little hold your nose over there. I don't know if I will end up betting it though. Over 133.5.
Yeah, that would be a serious plug your nose play. That's for sure. But I don't know. I don't hate it, but NGIT's looked all right lately. Let me pull it up. Did they just got another home win? It's yeah, they're 3-1. Yeah, they lost to Fairfield by 21 at home. Other than that, they beat Fairdick, Fordham, and Loyola. Loyola Maryland too is kind of looked all right. Drexel, Pet on deck, so maybe a little bit of a look ahead there. A little Philly on Philly game there, but I mean Drexel's lost their last 3. They haven't looked great. A little bit of a look ahead here. NJIT's been playing good. Good ball. I'll take a stab with NJIT here with the 9.5. I'll wait. I think Drexel gets bet up, but I'll take a stab with NJIT.
I like it. You love NJIT. You've been loving NJIT. I love it.
I love the nerds, man.
South Carolina's laying 10.5 against Radford. The Highlanders. Highlander 2 was a very good film. Over under 155.5. South Carolina, Radford. Who do you got, Trevor?
Ooh, let me pull this up. What did South Carolina's probably got? South Carolina's got a MTE. Which one is this one?
This is
the Greenbrier. It's at the Greenbrier.
Greenbrier. They played Butler on Friday. We got MTE hoops this weekend, baby, and
feast week starting.
Feast week starting. Double feast week, I call it.
Yeah. Does this feel like a little short of a number for South Carolina? Radford hasn't looked good. I know South Carolina hasn't played anybody, but it's not like Radford's a powerhouse mid-major. South Carolina's been, 20. The Southern Miss game, gave them a scare, but they still won by 20 the other 2. I think this might be a little bit of a look ahead. Potentially to this MTE. It's just Radford. They've been playing absolutely nobodies. They get a chance to travel, go play some good teams. I think Radford could hang around in this game potentially. I know they haven't been playing great, but I think this is just more of a South Carolina sleepy spot more than anything, and a Radford getup going to a P5. So I'll take a stab with Radford on this one too.
Yeah, I'll battle you here. I think this Radford team is fugazi. I'm gonna stick by that opinion. I've been just blindly fading Zach Chu and the analytical crap. Got absolutely lambasted by Wright State. Cleveland State, you lose, but too. And I feel like Cleveland State is pretty bad. And you only beat Western Illinois at home by 5. They're pretty bad as well too. Defense has been awful. Radford played good in the first half against North Carolina, but fizzled out. I think South Carolina's perimeter defense is going to be an issue. I know it's a weird number. It's laying points of South Carolina. It's never fun. They're not a good team, in my opinion, either, at least for the P5 or P4 standards. But not the biggest fan of a Lamont Paris big number like this. But I feel like they've kind of found their groove after their sleepy spot against Southern Miss, beat Presbyterian by 20, North Carolina A&T by 19. Could be a potential look ahead at the MTE, but I think they want to get this done. I'll battle you here with South Carolina.
Let's do it.
I'll
probably end up betting this tomorrow.
My dog here. You can take the next one.
Sounds good. Banger. St. Francis, Lehigh. I know everyone's going to have this one on the main screen. You can't miss a St. Francis Lehigh game here, but what do we got here? St. Francis, Oklahoma, TCU, Mount St. Mary's, all L's. Lehigh beat Valley Forge. They've played some tough ones. Houston, West Virginia, Rutgers, and now they're back home against St. Francis. St. Francis, what do we got here? Both these teams not very tall, both very turnover prone. Nobody gets to the free throw line. Nobody can shoot the ball. Both like to play slow. 154.5 is incredibly, incredibly high. Give me the under. I'm not 150. What do we? 272 in the country, 242 in the country. Neither of these teams can shoot. Granted, neither can defend. But you got St. Francis 73% from the line versus 68 to Lehigh, but still, neither of these teams can shoot. They don't have height. They can't rebound. They turn the ball over. The possessions, you're not going to get multiple possessions in this one. Give me the under. I'm going to bet this too. I want the under. I don't know why this is such a high total. Kind of weird. KenPom has it with 148 points. We're getting a 154.5 line. This is interesting. I'm gonna dive in though. I'm gonna take the under 154.5, but I don't know why it's this high. Seems I don't know why it just seems high.
I'll take St. Francis on the fact that my dog rang his bell to get some food. So that is the only reason I'm betting this game. I think Trevor hit the nail in the coffin with the cap there and the side of it. Defense could be putrid on both sides. St. Francis offensively is a joke. They're a D3 school, like Clark said. Let's dive into the stink. Thanks, Franklin. You just made me bet St. Francis, PA. So my dog needed food. That means he's hungry. St. Francis is going to come out hungry tomorrow. Let's go. God, I can't. Don't bet this, guys. Do not bet this. I will.
I did bet the under.
I think that's the similar bet. Same cap wise, less points.
I'll battle. Lehigh minus 9.5.
Oh my God! He just kicked my dog. Just came in here. Oh my God! It was me, Austin. It was me all along. He just pulled the robe off. How the hell are we? Elliot dropping in the chat here. Let's go. Hey, Michael B. We have 3 guys that bet. We talk about every game. Welcome to the Pump Fake Pod. Talk about every game. We don't have to bet every game, but we bet in volume. That's why I bet half units. Right on, dude. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. You're a savant. You're the dog master over there. I just took a dog. You happy? You can fade that if you want to. But again, up 200 units in 4 years. Never charged once. Will never charge for picks. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Hit that like button, bro, please. Boston College is laying 12.5 against Hampton. Over-unders 139.5. I just bet on St. Francis, or I will bet on St. Francis. I'm definitely not going to bet on Boston College laying points. I like this Hampton team. They just had a bad loss against Holy Cross. Boston College got their road win against Temple. Now they're going to come in and be sleepy. I will take Hampton here with the points. No bet.
Yeah, I'm with you, Hampton. I might bet this. We'll see what happens. But who the hell is Boston College lay double digits? They're coming in feeling good, got the win. Hampton pissed off that bad loss. This is trouble for Boston College tomorrow, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does. Brayman, that's a good point. It does feel like Boston College plays every day. I have to agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take the points. No bet though.
UNC minus 24.5 against Navy. Over-unders 161.5. So Duke plays Army. North Carolina plays Navy. North Carolina was playing with their food against Radford. There is zero chance I'm laying that many points, though. They had their get-back spot against North Carolina Central. They go and win by 44 points. I think Navy will come out feisty somewhat. I like the pace that Navy plays at offensively. I'm just kind of worried about them in the bright lights at Chapel Hill. I mean, North Carolina has really stepped it up on both sides of the ball. I think they look a lot better than last year's team. It looks like they have a little more cohesion. But this Navy team, they work in units. They're 1-2 or 2-2, 1-2 on D1 games. I think they're going to come out hot here. Maybe hit some clips, run that motion kind of style offense that they do. And come on, Navy, come on, fight Navy, fight. I'll take Navy with the points against a North Carolina team. As I believe UNC. Trevor, what do they have on deck here? They have nothing on deck, or they have an MTE. They're St. Bonaventure as well, and then Michigan State. I believe that is the Fort Myers, whichever that one is. I can't think of which the MTE is. They're playing in Fort Myers, though. So, yep, they're getting ready to pack their bags. And Hubert Davis is going to respect the troops way more than John Shire did. So give me Navy with points.
Yeah, I was high on Navy. I mean, most returning production in the country, experienced as hell. It's just St. Bonaventure, but it still is a look ahead. You got an MTE. I'll take Navy with the points. I'm not betting it.
Yeah, I'll lay it with North Carolina here. I think it's going to be a similar game to Navy versus Yale. Yale kind of ran up tempo, something North Carolina will look to do. I think Navy will struggle with that, struggle defending against the athletes that the Tar Heels have. Lay it for me, no bet though, due to just this being the last game. They got a week off, and then they have that MTE, so they could just sleepwalk through this and be up by like 26, 27, and then end up only winning by 22, kind of what Navy did to Penn State there at the end when we were on Penn State, or when we were on Navy.
All right, George Mason is laying 14.5 points against Jacksonville. Jacksonville rolling up in Swisher Arena. This game is not in Swisher Arena, though. It's in Fairfax. George Mason beat UNH 61-44. Winthrop by 6. Defensively, they've been strong. Offensively, they haven't been able to completely run away. I think this is the game that probably can get them. Jacksonville going to limit a lot of possessions, not have as many possessions on offense, and I think George Mason will absolutely force to limit them too, forcing some turnovers, getting out in a transition. So I do think they'll be able to potentially cover this number. I don't like Jacksonville's offenses compared to last year's team, so I will be fading the Dolphins and taking the Patriots going against them and riding the Dolphins. So little AFC East mascot battle. Give me George Mason here to cover the number at home against the Dolphins.
Yeah, same thing for me. I'm not betting this game, but George Mason, I think, just absolutely pummels them. Far better team at home. Do they have anything on deck? That would be the really only concern. But even so, I think they could sleepwalk through this and kill them. So, yeah, they got Ohio on deck. It's an MTE, but it's next week. So, yeah, give me George Mason. I may bet this, but probably not. This is a George Mason smash spot. It feels like.
Yeah, both these teams are going down to the Ocean Center there for their MTE. Both Jacksonville and George Mason. Jacksonville looking to return home after being on the road for a while. I'll lay it here with George Mason. If High Point can beat it by 20, there's no reason why George Mason couldn't win this by 15. So yeah, lay it here with George Mason.
And I do like that first half there, Rod. And yeah, Elliot, 21st birthday, looking pretty sober for 20. I'm having a beer for you though for your 21st, buddy. Let me know if you need me to buy you a beer. UT Martin is catching 22.5 at Florida State. Over/unders 161.5. This UT Martin team's kind of fun to watch, but this Florida State team has been also fun to watch with this Luke Locke's addition. I'm not going to lay that many points with Florida State against UT Martin. I just don't think that that's in their capability. But I do kind of like a random over spot here. I think that we could see a ton of pace, ton of points. If I had to pick one, I would take the over in this game. I think this is another one where Florida State could score close to 100. And do you think UT Martin could score over 61 points? I do. Similar cap I had with Iowa State and Stonehill. So I actually like the over here on Florida State and UT Martin.
Yeah, give me UT Martin plus the points. I think 22.5 is just ridiculous. I don't think the books have kind of caught up with how impressive UT Martin's been getting that road victory both at UNLV, which, okay. But then you got a road victory by 11 at Bradley. Tough place to play. Florida State off of that close Florida loss there in the rivalry. I know it was a week ago, but still, I just think 22.5 points, I'd be stupid not to take the points here. But I agree with Huff, too. I might double down on this game and just take the 22.5 and also the over 161.5. Because I think UT Martin's going to play with pace. They're going to put up points similar maybe to that UNLV game where they won 86-81. Maybe they put up 80 and then no, they only have to put up about 70. Florida puts up 90. You're looking at the over there or pretty close to the over. So, I don't mind that either, but it'll be UT Martin plus the 22.5 for me. A lot of these high 20 plus 20 dogs came in for me today, with a lot of them looking forward to their MTE. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I like UT Martin. This seems good. Florida State is coming off of the where you at? Here you go. Coming off the Florida loss. They have nobody on deck. Georgia Southern, Cal State. But UT Martin they're a good team. They went on the road, beat UNLV, then they went on the road and beat Bradley. And two impressive teams. I like this team. They really good at getting the free throw line. Whether you shoot 59%, that's got to adjust clearly. But I mean, they defend the three really well. They have great size to match up with them. They force a lot of turnovers. They're really lengthy and long and force tough shots. So I like UT Martin here, 22.5. I think they can keep this within 20 points here tomorrow. Even if Florida State is off of that loss. Just pop that in. Bang. All right. Next. Maryland Eastern Shore, Longwood. Lay it. Longwood by fucking 50.
Lay it. Absolutely lay it. Oh, my God. Maryland Eastern Shore with the money in the bank. But it's squandered, baby. Longwood. 75, 60. I mean, a lot. The worry about Longwood is they're pushing pace this year. They're running and gunning. I like their new look. Defensively, though, it's been kind of an issue. It's a new look for Longwood all around on both sides of the ball. But this is Maryland Eastern Shore. Don't overthink it. Lay that wood.
Yeah, lay it, no bet for me.
Lay it, no bet. Okay.
Yeah, Veta is the Florida State fan. She doesn't think Luke's going to underestimate them. Probably not. Year one coach. He's probably getting ready for everything. History between them: Leonard Hamilton, first black player, UT Martin history. Didn't know that. Interesting. Well, let's hope he calls off the dogs tomorrow and does it for Coach Hamilton. 19-point win, Florida State. But yeah, Longwood by 1 million.
Let's go. Oh, this one's a fun one. Towson's laying 2.5 against James Madison. Over under 135.5. I would say this line stinks, but James Madison's such a respectable program that I feel like the books are kind of chopping it down a little bit. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think we get what's your nuts. I think James Madison wins this one outright. Let me just pull this up real quick. Just had it. JMU, yeah. Rough loss at the random Long Island game. Longwood got it by 10, and then Akron by 14. Their one win's Coppin State. Towson, yes, they beat Norfolk in Loyola, Maryland. Um, they haven't played anybody either. I know they went on the road to Houston, but this will be like a road game for a team they can compete with. But James Madison at home lost all 3 road games. I think this is a get up spot. You got to have this game. You can't start the season. What is that? 2-4. Yeah, that'd be 1-4 if you're not going to count that D2 school. So I think it's a get up spot for JMU, especially at home. I think this place is going to be loud. I think it's going to be rocking. I think Towson's walking into a buzzsaw tomorrow. I like Towson or James Madison outright.
Elliot?
Yeah, I'll battle here. I'll go Towson. Lines telling, over-unders telling. Towson loves to play in dogfight games. You got a really low total. Look at what James Madison's kind of done here. 2-3 on the season. Their games are typically played in where they're scoring around 80 points. Towson typically plays in the 60, 65-ish range. So I think the books are showing that Towson's going to play. Is going to be able to dictate the pace, dictate the tempo. I think the line said the 2.5 for a reason. Books know that Towson's going to win this. I think James Madison's not who they were previously in previous years. So I'll lay it here with Towson minus the 2.5.
I'll break the tie and take the tie and Tigers. I like Tigers here in Towson. Trevor, I'd have to agree with you. Like, I do think this line does stink, but my thought was that the books have kind of been respecting James Madison early in the season. Maybe they're just still kind of respecting them a little too much. But it does scare me about Towson's offense. I know that sometimes they can go on scoring droughts very easily. But let's see if that stout defense can pick it back up. So I'll take Towson on the road as a favorite. New Hampshire's catching 27.5 against Providence. Over-unders 163.5. I ain't laying that many points with Kim English, and I am not putting my hard-earned money on New Hampshire, although I did have put it on some gross teams already this year. I just don't feel like I can do it. Providence off of a weird travel spot back to Colorado. I will pick Providence to lay that number, but I am absolutely not betting it.
Yeah, I can't really say I blame you. But this would be I'm sorry, it would be New Hampshire nothing. I'm not betting this game.
I'll take the over. Might bet it. Check the picks page.
Just thinking.
Lay it, no bet. With Providence, obviously, never trust Kim English above double digits, really. But I think that Providence is going to lay, probably score 100. Their defense isn't really great. I mean, I know that New Hampshire hasn't really scored very much this season, playing against Clemson, Harvard, George Mason, but Clemson and George Mason's defense way better than Providence. I think it's just going to be turned into just kind of a boat race game, and you'll see like a 110-60 score or something like that. But lay it, no bet. Intrigued by the over.
Okay, Seton Hall's laying. Seton Hall's 23.5. Come on, bro. Seton Hall's laying 23.5 against New Haven. Over under is 126.5. Trevor, 126.5 laying 23.5. Good God, New Haven, are they going to score 36 points on the game? Wild there. I'll let you guys talk about this. I have to take care of something at my house right now. 2 minutes. I'll be back. I'm not running just away from this game. I'll pick New Haven with the points. I probably am not betting this. This line stinks. And New Haven stinks. And Seton Hall's actually an improved team this year, but I'm not laying that many points with that over-under. So, give me New Haven, no bet. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I have to talk about this next game, one of my favorite on the
I don't think I even have them available yet. Oh shit! do have team totals. Don't have New Haven. I'll take New Haven team total under. NC State's on deck for Seton Hall. I think Shaheen is obviously not a look ahead guy. I think he's going to have these guys dialed in and just make sure and just give them an absolute ass whipping game. I think New Haven struggles to score 45, 50 points in this game. Give me New Haven team total under whatever the hell it will be. I'm going to go grab some water real quick. Be right back.
Yep, you're good. I'll lay it with Seton Hall. I think this line's telling. If Penn State can beat New Haven by 44, I damn sure think that Seton Hall can at least win this by 24. And this is at Seton Hall, whereas Penn State went into New Haven and smoked them at home. I like what Clark's getting after here in this over. I think this 126.5, that seems very low for, I know Seton Hall, not the greatest scoring team, but you look 70 against Monmouth, 82 Fairfield, 68 Wagner, 77. This is probably the worst defense that they've played so far. So I think that they put up 80 at least, I would assume. And if they put up 80, can we get 46, 47 by New Haven? I mean, shit, if Seton Hall puts up 82, I need New Haven to score 45. I like my chances there. I'll be on one of these two. I'm not sure what I'll bet. It'll either be Seton Hall laying the points, even though kind of tough for me to do. I'll probably end up going towards the over 126.5. And while they're taking care of business, grabbing beverages, I will pop on in and we'll just talk about the game. Up next, East Carolina versus Wilmington. You've got UNC Wilmington laying 6.5. The over under is 143.5. And let me look at this. UNC Wilmington, they've got Radford on deck. On the road, East Carolina, they've got Charleston at home. Both are playing on Friday after this. UNC Wilmington off the 13-point win against USC Upstate. East Carolina barely scraped by against Elizabeth City Street, 71-70 after they dropped their away game to Richmond by 15. So East Carolina's kind of been flirting with some disaster there at home. Won by 3 against Georgia Southern in their season opener at home, and then just won by 1 by the D2 little brother down the road, and then lost by 15 to Richmond. Kind of want to take the Seahawks here. I know some of you may have got the cover at 12.5. I think it closed at 13.5. So if you were on the 12.5, kudos to you. If you're on the 13.5, that's a bad beat, bad hook. But I think at home, I'll ride the Seahawks here. East Carolina hasn't shown me much of anything yet. So give me Wilmington minus 6.5. I like backing the Seahawks team.
Yeah, I'm with you. Staying home, finally getting that win, and then you get an East Carolina team traveling. They went to Richmond, lost by 15, like you'd said, and now you got to go to Wilmington. It's a big fucking number. I think it's big for a reason. I think Wilmington gets a groove and just gets it rolling here and ends up running away with this game. Did you bet this?
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm seeing some 5.5 so also out there. So might kind of wait and see what this does, but I do see some 5.5s already dropping down. So haven't bet it yet, but this will make the card for sure.
Sounds good. I don't know where he went, so just skedaddle on. Princeton versus Iona. Iona's laying 4.5 at home here. Princeton. What do we got here? Princeton. Yeah, they're coming off the Kansas game, which they covered. Now you got to hit Iona. Iona 3-0. They do have Akron on deck, so maybe a tad bit look ahead, but I doubt it. I don't know. I think Iona's just going to shut their water off. I mean, Princeton, all they want is the three
Hit
ball.
that bypass, buddy. Hit that bypass.
Yeah, I mean, damn, Princeton, it's an NBA style offense. All they do is shoot threes. Iona's got really good 3-point defense. If they're not falling, they're going to end up being in a big hole. But if the threes start falling, they can climb out of that hole. But I'll take Iona 4.5. I know they only shoot 63% free throws. That could be trouble, but they can shoot it otherwise, and they have there's no size advantage one way or the other. But I'll take the home team. And the team that can shoot better and defend better.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. This might be a little money line parlay piece for me. I think I played them for a little money line parlay piece last time out against Fordham. They tend to kind of flirt with a little bit of disaster and kind of just play pretty close games. I know they blew out UMKC, but that Hofstra game was pretty close down the stretch. So was the Fordham game. I think you're kind of spot on here. With the Princeton shooting a lot of threes, and Iona can defend the three really well. What's this over under? Over might be intriguing here, but yeah, I'll lay it with Iona minus 4.5. But again, it'll probably be more of a money line parlay piece for me.
This line feels kind of weird, but yeah, I like Iona. I think Princeton's respectable. I'll keep going with Iona. They've been nice this early start to the season, and yeah, let's. What do you guys choose here? Do you guys take UNC Wilmington? Is that what I heard when I was upstairs? Yeah, I think I'm with you guys as well. I like UNC Wilmington there. I think their talent outmatches East Carolina, but I do think this one will be feisty. Another similar to kind of like a Portland State spread that we saw tonight. That one cap that I think that it's going to be a lot closer than we think, and then the game gets away from them in the final 10 at home. So yeah, I'm with you guys. Let's go 2 favorites there. Oh no, Mike B, 2 favorites. Eastern Michigan laying a 1.5 against Detroit. This game. Call the Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's actually a big day for the FBI today in America. But this game is a perfect parallel to that because this has FBI written all over it. Detroit, Eastern Michigan. I mean, you got to be on the right side of fraud here. I feel like that's what you're choosing between. In Eastern Michigan, though, they've been pretty good. They've been pretty good this season. No, they're 1-2, but they've been competitive-ish. This is Detroit Mercy we're talking about, but their roster, I like Detroit. Trevor, are we taking our Mercy at home here?
I honestly don't know.
This game stinks. I'm not betting this. I'll pick Detroit.
No bet. That's it for me.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't. I don't want to be involved in this game. The paper trail is going to find you at Detroit and Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, you'll be picked up by Thursday.
I'm with the juice. Court storm incoming. I'll bet Detroit Mercy money line. Should have bet Lemoyne tonight. Didn't. I'm doing it. Detroit Mercy money line. Line stinks. Detroit Mercy first home game against the D1. 0-3 to start the year. Short little home dog here. EMU's Fugazi. So yep, Detroit Mercy money line.
Hey, and cheers to Lemoyne. We definitely should have. If and what's are candy and nuts, then every day would be Christmas, right? Well, we got this. That's why we bet. We still shoot a lot of shots. I had 13 bets total. Trevor, how many did you have? You had like 9 or 10. So
today?
Yeah, today on a 25 game slate. I bet 13 games on a 25 game slate. So
that was 15 for me.
Yeah, I was a little scared there, but it worked out. I'm never scared. Scared money don't make money. Oh, my darlings are catching 11.5. Over/unders 163.5. This is a freaking intrastate game, and then also you got some familiarity there. Georgia Tech's defense does scare me. I mean, you have Georgia Southern that's going to push the pace, but Georgia Tech also pushes the pace. But Georgia Tech's been able to, hold some teams. But I don't know if they're capable enough to do that to my Georgia Southern team. The Sela to 60, Bryant 45, UMez to 52. Get the hell out of here. Those teams aren't comparable to Georgia Southern. This Bryant team is not the Bryant team we know of running fast. These teams that they played all run at a slow pace outside of UMez, but they just don't really shoot well. And they're kind of just outmatched in general. So I think Georgia Tech's sample size of their analytics, the defense is a little skewed. They played good against Georgia, and they're able to run and gun. So I like Georgia Southern here, and if it fares them well, I definitely like the over. I think this game will be a 90-80 battle for sure. Give me Georgia Southern, though, to cover. And if I had to pick a side, I'm definitely not taking an under here, even with Georgia Tech's defense. My point just shown. So, yeah, give me the over. Georgia Southern, keep running and gunning. My LA Fitness Ball team of the year. I love them. Just like Cal Poly early last year. Georgia Southern. They're riding, though. They've been doing good, cashing me money.
Yeah, Georgia Southern for me too. I know Georgia Tech's off the Georgia loss, but they played tough. Max effort game, 5-point loss on the road. Now you're back home playing, a team that gets their shot at one of the big brothers. I know Georgia Southern incredibly short. Their defense isn't amazing, but Georgia Tech's offense is pretty horrendous. They are prone to turning the ball over. They will have the advantage on the glass. That's that. But Georgia Tech's defense looked good, and like you said, they had one good game. They still gave up 92 to Georgia. I know that's what Georgia's doing, just running up score. But Georgia Southern's offense can play. They shoot better free throws. Georgia Tech shoots 62% from the line. So if you're going to get fouled late in a 7-8 point game, and you're shooting 60%, there's pretty good chance that we're gonna stumble our way to a cover here. So give me Georgia Southern with the points. I'm gonna wait and see what happens with this line, but I'm with you.
Yeah, I think this over just is screaming at me. The fact that it's so high with a Georgia Tech defense that is supposedly so good and that has held a lot of their opponents to very low scores, in Bryant and Maryland Eastern Shore. But I think the numbers this high for a reason. So I'll be on the over 160. I'm seeing some 162.5s as well. So I'll get in on the over 162.5 here in the Georgia Southern Georgia Tech game.
Muted.
Trevor, your TV is behind. My computer is on the same wavelength as you. I'm definitely in the works of getting a new one. Let's go. Getting the bets cashed. Just want to let everyone know the pick sheet is posted on the description of the YouTube video. The pick sheet is pinned to our profile picture. Sometimes we'll tweet out a link as well too. So picks page is posted. I'm going to have them in earlier tomorrow. I got a pretty busy afternoon, so I'm going to have them in very early in the morning, just probably right after this. So, yeah, stay tuned. Maybe not quite final. Get some extra bets rolling throughout the morning, but definitely will have most of all my bets currently in today. But you can find that pick sheet at the Pump Fake Pod Twitter and on all the video descriptions. LSU's laying 29.5. Alcorn State over/unders 157.5. Lay it. I am not betting Alcorn State. No chance in hell. Cue the Vince McMahon music. Not doing it. LSU kind of more improved. They've been kicking the shit out of these kind of teams, and they've been on the precipice of scoring 100 each game. So I'll take LSU. Alcorn State. They allow fast pace to score a lot of points. Give me LSU. If you're going to bet this now.
Yeah, I'm with you, LSU. Alcorn State, they play slow, but they're still giving up 72, 84, 95, 108. South Alabama 76, but they haven't eclipsed 76. I mean, they lost by 32 to Florida State. Minnesota beat them by 45. Maryland beat them by 20. Howard beat them by 8. LSU, this team is long, athletic. They're much improved. They can shoot free throws with the best of them, and Alcorn fouls a ton. So there's going to be a lot of free points in the line for LSU. I'm with you, Lay, with LSU. They didn't get it done last game. Only won by 17 over FIU, but this team is still damn good, and they're going to have the advantage every which way in this one. So, yeah, lay it with LSU. Big number, lay it.
Yep, I'll be betting this right now. I'm going to lay the number. Alcorn State's the significantly worse team that LSU's played this year, and they've rolled over some teams that are far more superior than Alcorn State. Alcorn State, 6 straight road game, typical SWAC non-conference schedule. They played – this will be their 6th game in 14 days. I think they're going to run out of gas here against LSU and Oklahoma. So, yeah, lay it with LSU. Get it in now before this creeps up into the 34.5, 35.5 range, which I think it very well could be.
Minnesota's laying 25.5 against Chicago State. Chicago.
We just lay it. Minnesota had their awful game against Green Bay. Couldn't hit anything. Went to overtime. Got a scare. Chicago State equally as bad, if not worse, than Green Bay. I think this is the spot Minnesota just absolutely just pummels them and runs away, takes out their frustrations, and is going to leave this as a no-doubter. So I'm going to lay it with Minnesota back-to-back games.
Yeah, I'm with you, Trevor. I'm not going to be afraid of it. I think Nico Medved's going to have these guys rolling. Offense was lacking against Green Bay. They just couldn't get away with it, and they let Green Bay at every moment back in that game and consistently in the game. So, yeah, bounce-back spot for the Golden Gophers. They're a really good team, and they've been beating up on teams lately. Earlier in the season, outside of that laying an egg, Gardner-Webb 27, Alcorn State 45. So, yeah, kind of a weird look-ahead spot potentially with San Francisco, but screw it, they're gonna kick the crap out of Chicago State.
Yeah, that's probably for me. I'm going to lay it here with Minnesota. It's probably going to be a no bet just because of that look ahead spot there. They're playing in the Sanford Pentagon there in South Dakota against San Francisco. And then they head out to California for the AccuSure Invitational there over Thanksgiving. So I think Chicago State's actually worse than Wisconsin and Green Bay. So I think we're getting this at a little bit of a discount because I know that Minnesota was laying about 26.5, 27.5 potentially, I think, if I remember correctly. But man, I really just want to dive in and bet it. Fuck it. Yep, I'll just bet it. Minnesota minus 25.5. Chicago State's ass. I don't think Minnesota shoots. What did they shoot from 3 last game? It was atrocious. 6 of 22, 27%. Shot 20 of 39 from the free throw line, 51%. Yeah. Give me Minnesota minus 25.5. I think they lay it on them here. I think Medved's going to be after them after that tough escape against Green Bay in overtime.
Texas State, Abilene Christian, absolutely fantastic game here. Anyone want to take this one away?
Abilene beat Texas State last year at home. Abilene just lost to Stephen F. on the road, back-to-back road games here. Texas State has looked pretty good. Beat San Antonio Southern. So some in-state opponents here. Abilene Christian, one of the shortest teams in the country. Texas Southern doesn't really do much. Doesn't do much well. Neither does Abilene Christian. This game's disgusting. I'll take an under. Abilene back-to-back road games, in-state rivalry. Neither of these teams' offenses are great, and neither of these teams' defenses are great either. But I just think the offenses are just going to be shit. Give me an under 138. Not betting it.
I'm going to go Abilene here on the road. Actually, I kind of like Abilene. I think Texas State just seems like too much of an easy play, so I'm going to wait to bet Abilene. But I actually kind of like Abilene's perimeter defense. I know they let one get away against Stephen F., but I think bouncing back on an intrastate road conference or road back-to-back is no problem, although Texas is massive. But I don't know, 2 wins in a row, and this line kind of feels somewhat telling. We've seen Texas State laying a bigger number against UTSA and Texas Southern, obviously. But yeah, I think Abilene kind of gets this done here in a little shock value game. I think their offense actually picks it up in San Marcos and gives it to Texas State 2 years in a row. So give me Abilene Christian here.
Yeah, I'll take Abilene Christian. I'm probably not going to bet this game because I could see that revenge angle that you mentioned, Trev. Definitely could play a factor. The 138.5 number kind of just, I think that's very low. I mean, Texas State hasn't really even been close to being at or under this number. Abilene Christian, on the other hand, I think they've only been under this number once. So kind of, I think maybe Texas State was under it once, but Abilene Christian hasn't been under this number at all. So kind of an interesting under. Maybe it's just the books are telling you to bet this going under with both teams off of a couple hard fought wins and losses, respectively. And then you look at Abilene Christian, they head to, I always find this funny, they head to Jacksonville on Monday, and they get to play UTSA. So 2 Texas schools traveling all the way to Florida to play each other. So I think I think that's always funny. But yeah, the under's kind of speaking to me. I don't know. I might maybe let this get bet up. I feel like it might get bet up a little bit, and then I might fire on the under. But I'll take Abilene Christian plus the points. No bet.
I think I am going to bet this. I'm going to let it go up, though. I think people are going to bet Texas State at home. I'm going to let it go up.
Probably.
Trevor, APB sent one out under 109.5. Catch it. It got sweaty at the end there with Vanderbilt because Arkansas Pine Bluff just absolutely gave up even more. Now SMU laying 36.5, over-unders 169.5. Team total for SMU is sitting at 103.5 on DraftKings. No way I can do it again twice in a row.
Don't do that because Boopy Miller will shoot a 3 with 20 seconds left when he can dribble the ball out.
Yeah, SMU will score. I mean, I don't care if it's 36 or 40 points. Not rushing to bet SMU, and for sure it's not betting APB there. So I'm going to go with not so Pine Bluff and Mustang it out, but I am not betting it at the big number. Could be talked into some team total numbers if you guys like anything, but not laying the big number and definitely not taking Pine Bluff.
Yeah, just give me the over 169.5. SMU is going to get theirs, no problem. Pine Bluff, they were held to 50 against Washington, but I mean, on the road, otherwise, Portland, Loyola, Marymount, 74-72, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, 69-75. Both of those games went well over this total too, 9 points and 5 points. So SMU likes to play fast. Pine Bluff plays fast. SMU is going to get runouts off of turnovers and whatnot, and plenty at the free throw line. And to Pine Bluff's credit, they shoot 81% from the line, and SMU, they send their opponents to a free throw line a fair amount of time, 242nd worst in the country. So I think we're going to get points here over 169. Give it to me. This game is going to be 175 plus. Mute.
Late, no bet.
I love the brevity. And shout out to Veta. She'll be at the game. I don't know if it's this one.
She's talking about the Abilene Christian UTSA game down in Jacksonville.
That makes more sense.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, okay. I was like, all right, let's go. Got you. Yes, that makes sense. Evansville laying 2.5 against UT Arlington. Elliot, UT Arlington, your guys last year kind of been a slower start. You got any action in Evansville and UT Arlington?
It wasn't a slower start. I hammered my guys at -2.5 against Missouri State, and that cashed
True.
with ease.
True.
We also took them, I think, plus 20.5 against New Mexico, and they cashed that as well. So
Let's
2-0
go.
against the spread in their first two D1 games on the year. Now they go up to Evansville. Evansville's laying 2.5. Evansville's got their MTV coming up in the Virgin Islands. I think their heads are already there. UT Arlington goes out to Ogden, Utah to play Campbell and their MTE on Friday. So both teams are leaving basically after this game to go to their MTEs. Oh man, what do we do? I like UT Arlington here. Give me the points with UT Arlington. I feel like their defense is a lot better than Evansville's offense, and I think that they can really hold Evansville here and be respectable enough on offense to outscore Evansville, even though it's at Evansville. So yeah, give me UT Arlington plus the 2.5.
Trevor?
Evansville, lay it. You got Arlington coming from coming from home, Arlington, flying up to Evansville, somewhere around there, then busing to Evansville. And then after this game, you got to fly to Oregon.
There's no big airport in
No.
Evansville, but
There ain't. No, there definitely is not. Good restaurants. I forget the name of it. There's a good Chinese restaurant there. But other than that, I don't see Arlington having,
right.
This is not ideal. I mean, you travel from Texas up to Indiana, then you fly west to Oregon. They've got a lot of shit to handle and shit to do. Evansville, they're projected to lose this game on KenPom, and they're laying points. I think the books are expecting the same thing, a little sleepy spot from Arlington and a get-up spot for Evansville to finally get a win over a D1 before they head to their events. So give me Evansville laying it.
This line.
You betting that, Trev?
Yeah.
This line stinks.
I'm sitting on it. It's going to move down. I see Arlington taking some money.
This line stinks to high heavens.
It's telling you what you need to do.
I think the road trip is tough. I don't know. I think both these offenses are pretty bad. UTA's been able to play pretty good defense, so I think it will transfer though. I'll take the better team on UTA. I will slap myself if Evansville gets it done because the line does stink to high heavens. I like Evansville though. Not traveling this game. It's a far drive for me. So, but yes, Indiana. It's way down there. It's in like the weird bend. So, line stinks. You may be the smart one there, Trevor. Looks like I'm going to go with the slightly better team in the Mustangs.
I might battle you. We'll see.
I'm battling. I'm in. Montana versus Texas A&M. Texas A&M's laying 17.5, over under 165.5. A&M just got their dud. Can't lay that many points though. I've been taking Montana. I mean, they cover one, lose another. Classic Montana. This Montana team's pretty good. I just am worried about them being able to run and gun with Texas A&M is my thought. So I'm not really rushing to bet this, and A&M kind of needs a prove me spot after dropping 2 in a row to OK State and UCF at home. Pick Montana, and I'll wait to bet it. No bet for me, just due to that kind of bounce back situation A&M has to prove it.
Yeah, no, you already said it. Bounce back, prove it. You had tough games: Oklahoma State, UCF, one on the road, one at home. Now you get a Montana team. Yes, they've been playing really good, but this is the game you need. In Montana, good team, respected. You catch 17.5 with them. It feels a little trappy. I'll take Bucky and company to finally get one rolling at home for MT. Well, they're staying home. They don't have an MT until the end of the month for another 10 days. So yeah, they're staying home. They didn't travel off the UCF loss. They stay home. I think they drill Montana. Give me A&M. No bet though.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet Texas A&M here. Hurts my heart to actually do it. Montana Grizzlies is a great team of mine. I really like them. I like Money Williams. He just is fresh off of a fantastic game against Cal Poly where he dropped 31 points and 6 assists. So shout out to Money Williams, but I hate to fade my Grizzlies. They've been good for me. I've always kind of have rode them this year so far, but I think this is a Texas A&M drill spot. Montana's defense is second worst in defensive possession length. They give a they're one of the fastest. Well, I should say the second fastest in the nation of giving up the shortest amount of defensive possessions, and that's not going to be good for a team like Texas A&M who just wants to run and gun and score quickly. I think they just kind of get ran out of the gym here. Unfortunately, I'll be on Montana a lot this year. I like what they've got, but I just think this is a tough travel spot for them. And then they go home for 3 straight games against Lamar, Oakland, and North Dakota State. So just kind of a one-game trip to A&M and back. I think they're just going to take a little ass whooping here. Unfortunately, I hope not, but I'm betting it. Lay it. I think Texas A&M wins by 20 plus.
He hopes not, but he bets it. He's burning money. Well, if you guys do bet this, more power to you. I'm rooting for you guys. Rhode Island versus Yale. Yale's laying 8.5. Over unders 155.5. Wow. I mean, both kind of teams off to a good start. Rhode Island laid an egg against Tulsa. But they've been kind of kicking the crap out of these little teams. But Yale, I feel like, have been playing semi-better teams, but also kind of down. So I feel like this is one of their first big tests. Archie Miller, though, it's classic big game for Archie. I like Yale here. It is not an intrastate battle, but a close enough battle. How can I fade Yale and the Bulldogs here? I don't know if we actually get an over here, though. I think we have 2 pretty good, evenly matched defensive side teams, so it's not one of those automatic over bets that I'm rushing to, even with Yale's high scoring. I think Yale absolutely can win by 10 or 11 here. I will lay the points with Yale.
Same, I already bet it. Yale, Rhode Island looks pretty good stats-wise, but they played Albany, Stonehill, Stetson, all at home. They left home once to play Tulsa on a neutral, lost by 17. Now you got a Yale team that's been blowing teams out. They went to Navy, killed them by 30. Quinnipiac killed them by 27. At home against Stony Brook, won by 7. So yes, Rhode Island, tougher opponent here, but Yale's got the size, and Rhode Island gives up a fair amount from 3. That's kind of plays into Yale's hands here too. Not to mention they have the size; they can get to the line. They both shoot really good free throws, 83% and 83%. 10 and these are 9th and 10th in the country. But you got the number 1 3-point shooting team. Rhode Island allows a fair amount from 3. I think Yale just gets a run and runs it up on them. So give me Yale. I think Rhode Island just struggles here, playing against another real opponent similar to Tulsa.
Yeah, I was impressed that Stony Brook stayed that close that they did, because Yale shot over 50% from the 3, shot really well from the free throw line, and shot well from 2. So kind of a weird score there. I was on Yale minus the points against Stony Brook. But yeah, I'll be on Yale again. It does kind of scare me a little bit that they're heading out to the Virgin Islands, but they are playing Green Bay when they get there. So, obviously this Rhode Island team is somebody that you're not going to look past, especially with your Yale. If you're with you being a Yale team, you're not going to look past a good team like that. Supposed good team. So yeah, I'll lay it here. Yale minus the 8.5. We'll see if I bet it or not.
Ole Miss laying 21.5 against the Stolen Valor Austin Peay Governors. Over unders 148.5. Ooh. Ole Miss kind of did not cover last game. They were at home, and then also did not cover against Memphis. Austin Peay, man, they're going to limit possessions. They're going to try to lower pace, but I think they're going to be a lack of scoring. I think Ole Miss defense kind of steps it up. They didn't quite cover against Cal State Bakersfield or Memphis. They haven't been able to really cover the number since their first game in these big spots. Austin Peay, a little more respectable. And I still think Ole Miss is able to cover this number. I think they win. Could be talked into betting it, though. I'm not rushing to lay that many points after I've seen Ole Miss kind of just drop the cover in late game scenarios. So, but I could be talked into it depending on what you guys say. I think this is an Ole Miss spot, even with a good Austin Peay team that definitely can get the job done. But just they've been kind of bouncing all over the place. They haven't been home since November 3rd. I mean, they have, but you go to Air Force, Wyoming, then all the way to UNC Greensboro. They just had a big win. Now you travel down to Oxford. So, yeah, I think it's just it's a big spot. They're not back quite at home until Tuesday, November 25th. So I think this is just a sleepy spot for Austin Peay on road spots where they've been competitive, and Ole Miss gets it right. Finally covers one of these big numbers for the first time since game one.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lay it. They got Iowa on deck, but that's a week away. Austin Peay. This will be the fourth straight road game. And I mean, their offense hasn't been amazing. 74 against Air Force, 69 against UNCG. Ole Miss is going to be able to run it. They can get to the free throw line. They shoot 73%. Austin Peay doesn't shoot well. Line three inside the arc, whatever. They turn it over and struggle to rebound. So I think this is just an Ole Miss slobber knocker. Give me Ole Miss laying it.
Yeah, I'll go back to the well here. I think the line was 22.5 for Ole Miss against Cal State Bakersfield, and I got hooked. Didn't cover. I think they cover here. Give me Ole Miss minus 21.5. I'll go back to the well. I think they run away with this here against Austin Peay.
Cornell's laying 15.5 against Army. Over unders 164.5. Lay it. I'll take Cornell. Sorry, Army. Don't know if I want to lay the points. I think I'll take Cornell just running and gunning. Army's defense is atrocious. Cornell's going to push the pace, and they're going to be able to score in the 90 pluses, 100s. So I'll take Cornell team total over here. I really like this Cornell team. Now they're back at home. Cooper Nord, Jacob Beckles. These guys, beer talking there. These guys have been super solid for Cornell. They've been fun to watch. Josh Baldwin as well. This run and gun kind of style is going to get the team total over. Give me Cornell in the Big Red. If you don't choose the Big Red, then fuck you.
Yeah, Army was a team I circled as an absolute fade with UWGB to start the year.
Great call.
They came through early, first game of the year, but ever since it's been rough sledding. Cornell finally got that win, a big win, 19-point win over Lafayette. They get Army team coming in who can't shoot, they can't defend. They like to play slow, but they're still giving up. 114 to Duke, 83 to St. Thomas, 75 to Harvard. And this is a team that likes to play at the bottom 50 pace in the country here. They're bottom 50 point shooting team. They're one of the worst teams at getting to the free throw line. Bottom 60 team in turnovers. Like, this team can't shoot. Cornell got that win. I think they keep the momentum rolling here. Just absolutely dominate Army, and just win this game by 20 plus. So give me Cornell. I'm gonna lay it.
Yep, I might double dip here as well. This might be a second game. Rarely do I double dip on the same side though. Typically, sometimes if I like it, I'll usually take the dog in the points, like I'm gonna do against with that Florida State UT Martin game. But I'll be on Cornell minus the 15.5, and also the Cornell team total over. Cornell's first game at home this year. I think they're going to win this by 20 plus. Like you said, Army's defense is atrocious. I think Cornell's just going to be able to simply run them out of the gym, and I'll play them both because I see Army at least, or I see Cornell probably getting at least 90. Don't see Army eclipsing 70, even against the Cornell team that defense is kind of optional. But this very well could be like a 100-75 game, 100-69 game, something like that. So yeah, I'll take Cornell minus 15.5, and I'll take the Cornell team total over.
Northern Iowa's laying 20.5. Over under is 144.5. The books aren't just laying the 9.5 with Northern Iowa. This is Northern Illinois, though. You know, they've been covering this number against Furman, CSUN. So they've been solid at home. There's zero chance I'm taking Northern Illinois, even if it is a big spread. We saw what Northern Illinois did against Grand Canyon was atrocious. This is a plug your nose lay spot. I don't even know if it's plug your nose because it's Cedar Falls. I'll take the big number with Northern Iowa. Come on, Northern Illinois. Just let them all through. Just go right ahead. Just outplay that defense. Go on and get yourself a basket, Northern Iowa. Let's go Northern Iowa.
Yeah, I'm not betting this would be Northern Iowa though, but Northern Iowa heads to UC Irvine next. Irvine beat them by 20 last year in Cedar Falls. So I think we got a little bit of a look ahead, just a big number. Northern Iowa, but I'm not betting it.
Yeah, I'll lay it, no bet. I think this is a cool clash of styles. I love these types of games where you got a Northern Illinois team that's going to run and gun, not really play any defense. Then you got a Northern Iowa team under Jacobson who's going to really defend and kind of grind it out, make you play or try to make you play out of possessions, but then also be very efficient on the offensive end. It'd be Northern Iowa for me or nothing. So I'll take the 20.5 just with the look ahead spot to Irvine. No bet.
DePaul laying 21.5 against Gardner Webb. Over under is 153.5. I'll take Gardner Webb. No bet. DePaul just had their Super Bowl, played tough. Could be a bounce back spot for them. It's a good team to do it against. Gardner Webb is awful. Lost by 27 to Minnesota, 38 to Clemson, only 11 to Elon, but they've been pretty bad on the road. DePaul could have a chance to feel a little good and get some retribution, but I'm not going to be able to join them. I took DePaul plus 5.5 against Northwestern. That cashed. Sad if you took money line, but yeah, I'll take Gardner Webb. No bets. No. Yeah.
It would be DePaul for me, but I'm not betting this. Just height advantage, being able to rebound, steal possessions, and get second chances. I think it'll add up, but I'm not betting this game.
Yeah, DePaul minus 21.5 for me. I'll spar you here, Huff. I think they're going to be able to bounce back similar to the spot that Pitt had tonight against Bucknell. I could see it being a similar score, like that 80-50 range. So I'd lay it here with DePaul. No bet for me. If I was going to choose between betting this 20-point spread and Northern Iowa 20-point spread, I'd choose Northern Iowa before I bet this game.
All right, Murray State's laying 14.5 against Little Rock. Over unders 161.5. This is a pretty good game, man. Books are starting to respect Murray State more. How can you not? They've been very impressive. What do you guys got here in this great battle?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you really get to Little Rock. It would be Murray or nothing. Team's just been an absolute wagon. I mean, Little Rock is shooting 56% from the free throw line versus 80.5% for Murray. I mean, Little Rock giving up 42% from three, 40th most points coming from three. That's where Murray State likes to go and can score points. I think Murray State has a field day. Give me Murray State. I might actually bet this one. They've got nothing to look forward to on deck here. Little Rock, worst turnover prone team in the country, and Murray State forces a lot of turnovers. So I think we're going to see a lot of empty possessions, a lot of turnovers for Little Rock tomorrow, and Murray State's going to be able to pull away on this one.
Elliot?
Yeah, I do like that that angle and the turnovers. That's what I was going to bring up. Just the fact that they're almost dead last in turnovers there, or turnover percentage in for Little Rock, and Murray State likes to force them. The big equalizer here is Little Rock does shoot the ball well from three. Murray State kind of at times can struggle from guarding and defending the three. Murray State also heading to the Cayman Islands here shortly after this. I think their first game there is on the 23rd, so next Sunday. So, 5 days, but I think they're ready to go to the Cayman Islands. Who wouldn't? I'll take Murray State. No bet for me.
Yeah, I'll take Murray State as well. I think I think Little Rock's not going to be able to score against them as much as we think. And I think Murray State's going to be able to run it up. But, yeah, I'll check the picks page if I'm betting this game or not. Definitely not as confident. But Murray State or nothing. Akron, Kansas, or Akron Sauce, Akron Sass, minus 20.5, over under 167.5 against Winthrop. Arkansas has been a weird team to bet on this season, in my opinion. I like this Winthrop team, man. I think Winthrop, solid team. I'm gonna let the spread go up a little bit more potentially. I think Winthrop could cover this number. This is Coach Cal, of course. You never know. He's going to either kick the shit out of the team, win by 40, or they'll be in it till the last possession and the foul game late. So, yeah, I will take Winthrop with the points here. I think they're a solid team. Just going a lot of spurts here, but I don't think I'll bet this, just due to the volatility of Cal and Arkansas against these teams.
Yeah, it'd be Arkansas or nothing. I mean, height advantage. They can rebound. They force turnovers. Or they don't give the ball away on turnovers. They're shooting free throws at a 78% clip, about 34% from beyond the arc. And Winthrop sends teams to the free throw line, a bottom 60, 65 team in the country. I think Arkansas just out rebounds and gets to the line and just has too many second opportunities to end up pulling this one away. So give me Arkansas, no bet.
I'll take Winthrop plus the points here. I think this is the best 3-point shooting team that Arkansas has faced this year. I think the stats kind of skew and show that they're a decent 3-point defending team. However, you look at Michigan State; they were 1 for 14 from three, still ended up beating Arkansas. I think Winthrop can kind of run and gun, hit a lot of threes, and kind of keep this within that 20-point margin. But I'm with Huff. I'll wait, see what this number does, because I think people very well could have that angle of Trev and just, hey, let's bet Arkansas at home. Calipari's a wagon, which, I mean, could be a good bet depending on the day. So that this number might creep up a few points, and then I can fire and get a little bit better number before tip. So I'll be on Winthrop plus the points.
I just renewed KenPom, by the way, there. Saw that the date was for the 20th. Just had to renew it. Let's go. Kind of a little price, just a tad, a little inflation for KenPom, but hey, $25 for the year. You can't beat it. Southeast Missouri is going into Iowa City, 24.5. Over under is 149.5. I think we go back to the well here? Iowa's been kind of dominating with the new coach, or is this the one where they have a sleepy spot against SEMO guys? What say you? I think it's Iowa for me. I think they're a solid team, but for some reason, I know SEMO is too. So no disrespect to them. I just have this gut feeling this isn't an automatic lay spot for Iowa, but for me, it's Iowa or nothing there for sure. Just for how they've been playing and dominating these teams.
Yeah, Iowa for me. Iowa, fifth best at getting to the free throw line. SEMO 304th at sending teams to the line. They're shooting 78%. They're shooting 39% from three. SEMO, horrendous three-point defense. They're one of the worst effective field goal percentage defenses in the country, too, not to mention their offense is horrendous. One of the shortest teams in the country versus one of the tallest teams in the country here. SEMO's not going to get rebounds. SEMO's not going to be able to shoot. They're not going to be able to stop. They're going to be giving Iowa too many second chances and trips to the free throw line. This is an Iowa lay spot. They got Chicago State on deck, and then after that, they start playing real games. So potentially Chicago State is going to be the back door, but I think Iowa just lays it to them again here.
Yeah,
We'll bet this one.
I'll be with you guys on this one. I'll lay it here with Iowa. I think I always like laying a bigger number. I know Iowa plays a little bit at a slower pace, but I think they're going to be able to be very efficient. And another kind of angle that I look at is if these teams, these dogs, if they play with a pretty big tempo, pretty fast pace, I don't mind laying the big number, even with a slower pace team like Iowa, just because I feel like they're going to have the ball a majority of the time, just due to the smaller and shorter length of possession that SEMO is going to have on offense, and they're probably not going to be very effective there on offense either. So yeah, give me Iowa minus 24.5. I'll lock it up.
Boise State's laying 9.5 against Wichita State. Wichita State's first road spot. They've looked really good at home. I don't care. I think the home spot doesn't matter.
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care. Jerry.
I lost everything on Stephen A. Smith's solitaire app, by the way. But anyway, I do have enough to bet on this game. I will take Wichita State. I like this team. I got to watch them. Offensively, they're fun to watch. I think hopefully it can translate on the road here in a tough spot. I know Boise State's a tough place to play. They've kind of bounced back after their shitty game against Hawaii Pacific, but they've kind of played with their food in some of those games, especially Montana State. I think Wichita State let's just hope this offense and defense can translate on the road after they just kick the shit out of Loyola Chicago. So give me Wichita State plus the points. I'm betting it.
Yeah, it'd be Boise for me. Wichita, first road game of the season here. And you got to go to Boise. Boise, they've been at home, haven't traveled at all. They do have USC on deck next week, but this is a game they need, especially after dropping that D2 game. You need a win against a respectable opponent, and Wichita State's that. Wichita State again, first road game. Now you're going to catch 9.5. They've been looking pretty good this year. Boise, people still remember that Hawaii Pacific. I think we're getting a little deflated line on Boise State here. I'm going to take Boise State laying it.
Yeah, I'll be on Wichita State here plus the 9.5. Maybe wait a little bit. Maybe Boise State gets a little love, a little respect just there at home. People think that they're going to be able to run away with this in the home environment there in Boise. So I might wait for this and bet on Wichita State. I don't see people running to the books to bet Wichita State, so I'm not quite. I don't think it's going to go down. So I'm comfortable waiting, seeing where this line is tomorrow, and then firing on Wichita State. Maybe I can get a better number. If not, I'll be comfortable with the plus 9.5 as well. Have been very impressed. I think this is by far Paul Mills' best team here at Wichita State. And I think they're going to look to make a statement here in kind of a statement game. I believe I was looking at this. Is this on CBS Sports Network? Prime game? Nope, it's not.
This is probably Mountain West Network.
Yeah.
True. Well, good thing the app's free and the app actually works, so I'll be able
That
to
works.
actually watch it. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, I'll get action on this. But we'll see. Yeah, I'll be betting Wichita State plus the points.
Oh, Pepperdine's laying 3.5 against New Orleans. Over unders 154.5. Hey, you. I'm going. By the way, I will be in New Orleans this week. That's why I'll be gone for a couple episodes this week. Picks posted always on the sheet. No matter what, I'll be betting and watching. So I don't feel obligated to bet New Orleans. I'm going New Orleans. They're running away from me. And you're going to go to Zoe 101 now? Going to go to Malibu? Are you kidding me? I don't know. New Orleans doesn't – I mean, they're boozing. Now you got to go forced to be drinking Blix. You don't have the French Quarter to walk around. This is Malibu. You're up on big cliffs, tough travel spot. Pepperdine off a tough OT loss. Really, really tough. This New Orleans team's respectable, though. I will give them this. They've played good. They just beat Tulane. I wouldn't blame you for betting New Orleans. I'll tell you that. But you don't go into Malibu and think that you're all that and come in. You can't come in like that, especially on a tough road travel spot.
Homer pick.
They're going to get it against the Fresno State. So I'm going with Pepperdine here. I'll let the number go down on the money line. Let's go. Zoe 101 play. Fade him.
No, I feel like this line's telling you New Orleans, some good wins this year. They're starting to get some credibility. Pepperdine, tough loss overtime at home yesterday, or Saturday or whatever. But stay home, and now you're laying 3.5 against a good New Orleans team. I think that tells you all you need to know. Give me Pepperdine laying the points. Not sure if I bet it or not, but it'd be Pepperdine or nothing.
Yeah, this line absolutely reeks. I don't know why the hell Pepperdine's laying points besides the fact that the books are telling you to fucking bet Pepperdine.
Because there's people behind the scenes getting banged and then it ends the show. You don't go to Malibu expecting to have multiple seasons.
I mean, you've got Pepperdine, who has had 2 wins, both against D2 colleges. They've lost to UCLA, looked respectable by 11, lost to Northern Colorado by 7. Meanwhile, New Orleans has had 2 great wins, one against TCU on the road, Tulane on the road. So this is just crazy to me that the team that hasn't had a D1 win is laying the points against a team that's had one Power 5 win and another semi-Power 5. I call the American semi-Power 5 in the basketball, at least, semi-Power 5 win. So I'm laying off this game. I'll take New Orleans plus the points because they're the better team, but I'm not going to bet it just because this line is absolutely bonkers.
Let's go. Oh, come on. Bet the Zoe 101. All right, so we talked about this earlier in the show. I'm not going to be the guy that said I didn't take Duke minus 7.5. I didn't. But we did give out Duke minus 7.5, called out the Darren Peterson. So if anyone in the chat took it, flex that shit because you're smart. I didn't take it, though. Now the line's jumped to 11.5. Over-under's 150.5. It's a lot of
1 point's too much.
A lot of steam for a Bill Self-coached team with Kansas, even though they're missing their star player. Too easy of a bet. Duke's going to dominate them, right? I mean, Kansas has size to match up with Duke's big men. It'll be interesting to see their guard play translating. I just feel like this line's steamed up. I like Duke at minus 7.5, so it feels weird kind of trying to look for such a middle spot, but really that much steam? I know you're without Darren Peterson, but am I crazy to get a little? I mean, it's not really a middle because I didn't bet Duke, but I like them minus 7.5. Am I crazy for now liking Kansas as the steam just hit up and up to 11, 12 points places, plus 12 available some places?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, how often do you get Bill Self as a double-digit dog? I know Dukes look good, but Bill Self and this Kansas team are much better than they were last year. Um, Obviously, this will be a Duke crowd, just given the regionality, but uh, getting 11 and a half with Kansas, I have to take it. I'm just going to let this climb, let people keep climbing. If Duke blows out Kansas by 17 points, so be it. But I think we're getting too much. I think this game, Duke wins this game, by like 8 or 9 points. So I'll take the points with Kansas. I'm just going to sit and wait because this is clearly getting steamed. And even if he is their best player, no freshman is worth 4 points. So give me Kansas with the points. I'm going to wait to hopefully get like a 12 and a half or something.
Give me the under here. I'm going to take a neutral site under. Kansas. The way that they're going to be able to win this game is to slow down possessions, muck it up, play very good defense. They've kind of showed that in their most recent games against Princeton and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. They just don't have the offensive firepower, especially missing Darren Peterson. So if they're going to be able to stay in this game, they're not going to be able to outscore Duke. Bill Self knows that. I think he's going to want to slow the tempo down, grind it out, play tough, gritty defense, and just put themselves within position to have, maybe be down 2 to 3 possessions at the 4-minute mark and see if they can make a run there down the stretch. So under 150 would be my play here. We'll see. I think a lot of people will maybe even bet the over. So I might wait on this too, and then fire on the under.
All right, Kansas Duke Champions Classic. Stephen F. Austin's laying 2.5 on the road against Fresno State. Over under is 146.5, and I will bet Stephen F. Austin minus 2.5. I don't care if lines stink with Fresno State. I will continue fading Fresno State for the time being. Listen, weird travel. I know. Fresno State, though, it's no Zoe 101 campus. Fresno's cool and all, but they did get their win against Utah Valley. They got one. They got their win against Long Beach State. They win one, they lose one. Classic behavior from Fresno State. I'll take Stephen F. Austin on the road here. Screw him. Screw Fresno State.
Yep. Stephen F for me too, minus 2.5. Don't get the line, don't care. Fresno is one of those auto fade teams. So if Vance and company get a win tomorrow or cover, congratulations. But I'm going to take Stephen F. Their defense is just really, really good. They can actually shoot the ball. They can rebound and they don't turn the ball over, unlike Fresno. So give me Stephen F. I'm gonna roll with you. Give me the Stank.
Yeah, Stephen F for me as well. They've looked really good under Matt Brower there in his first year at SFA. The only thing that's a little concerning or a little scary, just to play a little devil's advocate, would be just they're fresh off the rivalry win against Abilene Christian there at home. That's always a tough, gritty kind of impose your will type of a game where they can beat each other up. So that's my only concern is they just played that game. Now they hit the road, and 3 days later they're coming in to play Fresno State. But I agree, who's Fresno State to be even getting respect enough to be within one possession of a team that is a fairly good team in my opinion. So yeah, I'll lay it with Stephen F. Austin. Fresno proved me wrong against Utah Valley. Came back, got that win. Almost kind of came back and flirted with that win against UC San Diego when we had won that rhythm play on the money line. So yeah, I'd like to see Fresno State do it again. So yeah, Stephen F. Austin, lay it. I'll lock it up.
Same. I locked it up too.
Let's go, Stephen F. Austin. I'm in. All right. Oh God. Utah's laying 13.5 only against Purdue Fort Wayne. Over under is 162.5. I don't think this Purdue Fort Wayne team is as good as we think. At least they're off to a slow start. And now I know Utah's defense is definitely better than Purdue Fort Wayne. They got rolled against Ohio State, Western Michigan on the road, Grand Canyon. They've had tough road travel spots. Now they're going to go to St. Louis as well after this one. I don't know. I think this is it for an absolute ass kicking from Utah. It's not like Utah is completely respectable. They took Weber State to overtime. Sam Houston State only by 6, but I think Sam Houston State's a really good team. We bet on them. Good cover there, Trevor. I think the line's short for a reason, just due to who they've been playing with. Normally, I'd naturally just go and bet IPFW away or immediately for Powers Hamburgers, but I watch them. I physically can't bet them right now. I need to stay away from them. So I'll take Utah. Check the picks page, see if I bet it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Utah. They got the size advantage. They can rebound. They can shoot. IPFW legit worst effective field goal defense in the country. They're 355th in 3-point defense, 343 inside the arc. One of the shortest teams in the country too. And you're only shooting 24% from 3. So I mean, if you're going to be a dog trying to hang it on the road, you got to be able to hit threes. Do shoot 74% from the free throw line, but Utah doesn't send you the line. They have the height advantage. They can shoot. Yeah, Utah lay it. I'm betting this right now.
Twist my arm.
Yeah, I'd lay it here with Utah. I'm not betting it though. I think the Utah team sucks ass, just like Purdue Fort Wayne. So I'm not betting an ass versus ass game. I would take the over though if I had to bet something. I think Utah, they've shown that they just like to give up points. Purdue Fort Wayne, that's one thing that they have been able to do is score a little bit. So I could see this being a similar line to like that Ohio State Purdue Fort Wayne game where it was like that 94-68. That'd cash it right by the hook, or I'd actually lose it by the hook. But I'm not betting this game. So give me Utah minus 13.5 for a pick and the over, but no bet.
I just want to say this. I know I'm not going to go on a tangent here. We got a few games left, but for my recaps, I'm having too much fun making these AI. If you don't follow my Twitter at Michael_Huffer3, but I make these recaps. I'll put a picture. I just made this a guy playing basketball in a fucking boxing ring with spaghetti on his head. I mean, come on. Just get into the mind. I like whipping out random things on the AI. I'm not a big Chat GPTer. I don't do it too much. I'm a little old soul. Maybe that's why everyone thought I was the oldest. But like stuff like this. I like that. We'll defend the castle kind of stuff. It's fun, man. Even like, hey, she made my dog. Like, we're having fun with the AI recaps a little bit. I just tweeted that with spaghetti on his head. So Trevor's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Do you? I've never dabbled in the AI world.
No, I just did the grok. Like, I was like, well, how about like I start recapping? I was like, well, I'll just start putting random fucking pictures. And I've been putting like my units and stuff. But I was like, today I'm like just kind of weird, stoned a little bit, and feeling like having some spaghetti on my head playing basketball. Trevor is just rushing to get to Grambling State. He's telling me to move on. What are you going to do about your Green Bay Packers over here in San Diego, Trevor?
Yeah, heading to play the Chargers here. I like their chances. I hate laying the 5.5 with teams. San Diego, stayed home, have not left home yet this year whatsoever. San Diego's offense, second best 3-point shooting team. Grambling, bottom 100 3-point defense. They foul a lot, but lucky for them. San Diego 68%. Grambling can force turnovers, but they also give it away. This game's disgusting. I'll take the 5.5. I ain't betting this.
I'll take Grambling State 5.5. They did good last season on their road trip to Cali, right?
Different team,
but hey, same brand, and they did good on their road trip last year. It'll travel. I'll pick Grambling State. no bet.
Yeah, I like Patrick Curry and what he's going to be able to do there at Grambling State with a little bit more funding than what he had at FAMU. Had a good turnaround there at FAMU last year. Now he comes to Grambling State. I like what he started out 3-1. They've had a couple home games. Now they go out to Cali. Give me Grambling State plus the 5.5. But I'm not going to bet it. I was on Idaho money line against San Diego, and Lavin got me, so I'm not going to get got here. So Grambling State plus the 5.5, no bet.
Texas is laying 30.5 against Rider. Over/under is 143.5. Texas has been somewhat feisty in these games for the most part. They covered against nobody. They covered against Fairleigh Dickinson. That's it. And Lafayette, I believe, as well at home, but did not cover against UMKC. They got a weird look-ahead spot on a neutral, potentially, so coming up for Feast Week in their little MTE. I'll take Texas. Rider's freaking trash, but I'm not betting this. Can't lay that many points with Texas with my money. I'll pick them. No bet. No. Get out of here.
Yeah, Texas has Arizona State and Virginia on deck.
They're in that. They're in the. They got a. They got a few.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take Rider. No bet. Too many points.
I think this is the Maui. They're going to the Maui.
Yes, Maui. I don't care. Give me Rider. No bet.
Fuck. Texas minus 3.5. Lay it. No bet.
Syracuse is laying 21.5 against Monmouth. Over/under is 146.5. Fuck off. Get out of here. This line kind of stinks, though, in my opinion. Monmouth's offense is pretty bad. Syracuse defense has been picking it up. I know they've been kicking the shit out of Drexel, Delaware State, Binghamton. Monmouth's a little more respectable. Now Syracuse is also going out to that Players Era Festival as well. Monmouth definitely covered against Seton Hall. They almost blew it. They can't score really above 60 points against D1 teams. I am nervous about Syracuse's defense against Monmouth here, but just feels like a lot of points. Give me Monmouth.
Yeah, feels a bit too much to look ahead, but I mean, on paper, this should be a murder. Monmouth can't hang out of the ball. They can't shoot the ball. They get to the free throw line, but Syracuse doesn't send you there. And then, Syracuse's offense just runs circles around Monmouth. Monmouth, one of the bottom 4 teams in the country at giving the ball away on offense, and then you got Syracuse 7th best in the country at forcing turnovers. It could get ugly. Just give me the under. I think Monmouth struggles, and I think Syracuse kind of look ahead a little bit here. So I'll take the under. No bet though. Maybe I'll take a Monmouth team total under tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, this is gonna be a Syracuse sleepwalk spot. Houston on deck. Give me Monmouth plus the points. I'm gonna wait for this though, because I think it does get bet up and the number goes up, hopefully. And I might pull the trigger on Monmouth. But Syracuse, man, they've been drilling these teams to start out the year. 30 win by 38, win by 40, win by 30. I think Monmouth's probably the best of the teams that they've played so far. And I think just the fact that they've got the look ahead there in the Eras tournament coming up with Houston and Kansas back to back on Monday and Tuesday, I think they're already focused and prepared on that. So, yeah, give me Monmouth in the look ahead. I'll take them plus the points. Wait to bet it, though, just so I can get a better number.
Yeah, I'm going to switch my pick Monmouth under 62.5.
I like it. They can't score. So I'm betting him. Southern versus Washington. Washington's laying 21.5. Over/under is 155.5. Washington's been pretty good, man. Tough travel spot for Southern. I know Southern Southern's able to kind of compete, though. They're going to run and gun. They only lost to Marquette by 18. They did lose pretty big to Arkansas, though. I'm worried about Southern's defense. This Washington team's taking a jump. They've had some good games. They played Baylor, then Washington State. So this feels like a spot for them to just kind of kick it in to Southern. I'll lay it with Washington. Probably not betting this,
though. Yeah, I like another favorite here, Washington. They're back home. They don't have to play until next Thursday, so they have 10 days off basically. So I think this is a spot Washington doesn't sleepwalk. I think they max effort. They got a week and a half to rest and then travel. So give me Washington to lay it to Southern. Southern's defense is horrendous. Washington's got size and everything galore. So I think it's gonna be a rough day for the Southern Jaguars.
Let's go Huskies.
Yeah, Trevor talked about a team total under in the previous game. I'm going to talk about a team total over here. I'm going to back Washington team total over. I think they hit 90 just with the pace that Southern plays with. And I think Washington, they're going to be able to get whatever they want. You saw they put up 94 against Arkansas Pine Bluff. I think Southern has a defense that's not really that great, but they also push the pace enough to give Washington even more possessions, which I think Washington will take advantage of. So I'll be on the team total over for Washington here.
Chugging along here. San Diego State's laying 15.5 against Troy. Over-unders 138.5. I mean, it's tough fading San Diego State at home, but this feels like a lot of points for a good Troy team kind of on defense. But, again, they've been out there for a while. They're going to continue staying out there. Loyola Marymount, CSUN, San Diego State, USC on the road stretches this week. So they will been enjoying the West Coast. Not really as much, though. They haven't been able to get it done. I just feel like San Diego State kind of is always covering this number. Then they call the dogs off late. Troy's been somewhat feisty on the road. I can't fade San Diego State, though. I'll take Troy with the points. So I just feel like this one's a lot of points for the Trojans here. And I'll wait to bet this, too. I think people will naturally bet San Diego State.
Yeah, I mean, Troy went on the road to Kent State and Furman, got wins. Lost to Loyola Marymount and CSUN, but San Diego State, they played Long Beach and Idaho State. Troy will be the best team that they've played. And then they have Michigan and Oregon on deck next week. So they've been off for 9 days. They get a chance at this. I think there's a little bit of rust / look ahead mixed into this. So I'll take Troy with the points. We'll see what this number gets up to. But, yeah, I'm with you, Troy, in the points.
Yeah, I'll be on the under here. You could even talk to me about a first half under, with the fact that Troy has been kind of out there on doing their West Coast tour. Have played back to back, every other day pretty much. So Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, get a day of rest in between for their travel day. And then you get a San Diego State team who, like Trev just mentioned, is 9 days removed from their last game against Idaho State. You look at what they've put up, 77-73 to Long Beach State, Idaho State. Troy definitely has the best defense by far of the opponents that San Diego State has faced. So I think this game could just be a kind of a defensive grinded out battle. And I don't mind taking the points with Troy just because of that, with it being such a low paced game. Probably not going to see a lot of points. First half angle, I could see that just because San Diego State may be a little bit rusty, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, but I think they'll still be able to defend Troy and keep them at bay. So, yeah, I'll be on the under here, full game though, 138.5.
Bet play, they tell you there. California is laying 19.5 against Presbyterian. Over unders 146.5. Cal's kind of improved this year. They've been dominating these teams. Cal State Fullerton won by almost 40 or 30, excuse me. Bakersfield by 27. Just had a tough loss against Kansas State. They fought hard back, but they put up 96 points. I just don't foresee Presbyterian keeping up with Cal's offense here. Does feel like a lot of points for a team, though, that I love in the Blue Hose, but I don't know. If I had to pick a side, I'm going to take Cal here, but it just feels like a big number to lay with Cal. I've been scared of them, but they're definitely improved this year and pretty fun team to actually watch so far this season.
Yeah, I kind of like Cal here. This is just this is rough for Presbyterian. Fourth road game in 8 days. And they've kind of been all over. South Carolina, they were in Georgia. Then they went to South Carolina. Then they flew to Sac State. Now they're in Cal. I know Sacramento State's, California already, so they're, getting used to that time zone. But still, Presbyterian's got some height, but they've played a ton of games. They've been on the road a lot. Cal back home from Kansas State. They don't have a look-ahead spot here on Friday with Sac State. I think California probably rolls them. I just think Presbyterian runs out of gas at some point, and that's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it with Cal here. They shot the shit out of the ball against us, especially in the second half. Put up 62 points in the second half, hit 12 threes. Shot 54% from the three. Data Ames, if you guys tailed that, that was a play that I gave out, player prop. He absolutely got revenge there at K-State, had 25 points, shot 5 of 6 from three. I'll lay it with Cal minus the 19.5. I feel like it's probably a no bet for me, but Presbyterian off that tough, heartbreaking loss to Sac State, they led that whole game, in Sac State in the last 2 minutes of the game, finally took the lead, and they ended up winning there right down the stretch at the end. So it'd be California minus 19.5. I don't think I'm going to be able to get there for a bet, but I'll pick them.
Just a question for this guy: which app can you use to watch college basketball games? YouTube TV and ESPN Plus are basically all you really need. YouTube TV will have everything else. ESPN Plus will have all the mid majors with that stuff. So that's basically all I use.
And that Boise Wichita State, you'll have to use the Mountain West app.
Mountain West, yeah. The Mountain West is some of them are on the app.
If you download the Score app, or even if you use KenPom, it'll tell you the TV program it's on. Not KenPom if it's on like a Mountain West app or Flow Sports, it's not listed. But the Score app will list the network that you can see it on. And if you ever heard of a Super Box, look that up too as well. Get some local channels. So Nevada's laying 12.5 against UC Davis. Over/unders 142.5. I like this UC Davis team this year, but I also like this Nevada team. Definitely an improved, built-up roster. Davis, though, they've been solid. They did struggle on the road against Portland, but they won at home against North Dakota State in Sacramento. I kind of just want to fade UC Davis on the road here and then take him at home. They may be one of kind of those teams. And I will lay the points with Alford here. They haven't covered this number since Louisiana Tech. I think this is a get-right spot for Nevada. I'm going to wait for this to bet. It looks like people are betting UC Davis, so wait to bet. And I think they bounce back after their blunder game against Santa Clara. So, yeah, give me the Wolfpack here. Wolfpack is back. NWO play, Virgil. Let's go. But, yeah, Alford is indeed the juice, indeed.
Yeah, I'm not laying 12.5 with Alford. Give me UC Davis. I might lock this one up. Alford deserves no right to be laying double digits to anyone. UC Davis has been feisty this year. I know Nevada's coming home after the Santa Clara 15-point loss, but Davis has been a good team. I mean, they beat North Dakota State. They beat Sacramento State, went on the road, only lost by 4 to Portland. I know Nevada's got the better players and pedigree and whatnot, but they've played nobody really either. La Tech, Pacific, they beat Southern Illinois. I'll give them that one. And then Santa Clara beat their ass. I think UC Davis is going to be able to hang in this game. I just don't trust Alford as a double-digit favorite.
Could agree with that.
Yeah, I'll take the points with UC Davis. No bet. I'm not betting this Nevada team. I might not bet them all year. I'll bet against them. I'm fearful of betting against them tomorrow just because they just got their ass kicked against Santa Clara. So I could see a good bounce back spot there at home for them. But no way in hell am I going to actually lay it and bet it because this is a typical Steve Alford team. What are we going to see from them? So, yeah, not going to bet it, but I'll take the points with UC Davis, but not either way. Wouldn't bet it on either side.
Idaho State versus Santa Clara. Santa Clara is laying 17.5. Over-unders 145.5. I will take the Santa Clara team total over. I think we're getting a low number here. Idaho State's defense is pretty bad here. They've been able to let teams just go right ahead, as I like to say. I think in what world does Santa Clara not score 80 points? I know that Idaho State likes to limit possession, so there's potential there. But I think Santa Clara, who scored 98, 87, 79 against McNeese, I think they'll definitely be able to get above 80. So give me Santa Clara here on their team total over for sure against Idaho State. And I think they win like 80 to 69 and just not quite cover the number. But I'm not going to pick Idaho State or bet Idaho State. So I'll just bet on Santa Clara running and gunning against Idaho State's defense.
Yeah, give me the over 145. I'm with you. Santa Clara can score 80, 90 points in this game. So if they're going to get that mark, I think Idaho State can at least get 60 points. So
yeah,
give me the over 145 and a half in this one.
The only thing I'd be just a little concerned with in the overs category is this Idaho State team plays at a snail's pace. They are dead last in offensive possession length. They absolutely just walk the ball up the court. They wait and probably score or try to score with once the clock hits 10. So they're taking 20 seconds off the clock before they even really look to score or do anything. I'm gonna wait and see what this line does. I think there's a lot of people that love Santa Clara. I like Idaho State plus the points with Santa Clara off the dog walking of Nevada, and then Santa Clara now turns around another home game, feeling good about themselves, fresh off. I think this is the game after the game. They beat Xavier on the road by 19. Then they came home, felt good, beat Nevada by 15. I see this maybe as a little sleepy spot for them. And Idaho State can kind of hang around this number. So I'll wait, see what this number does. I think it might climb a little bit, and then I'll probably be on Idaho State plus the points just because of the fact that they limit so many possessions and play at such a slow pace. I like getting 20. If I can get 20, that'd be awesome.
All right. San Francisco's laying 19.5 against Northwestern State. Over-unders 146.5. What you think, Trev?
Yeah, Northwestern State been a little feisty at times. I mean, A&M was only a 25. What was that? Just kidding, 28-point loss. North Alabama overtime game, but San Francisco, big Bradley game at home. But you do have Minnesota on deck, Colorado. So they've got some look-ahead spots here. Northwestern State, not good at all, but this team can, I'm just lying. They can't do anything, right? Give me San Francisco. I can't even defend Northwestern State. 19.5 is quite a bit for San Fran coming off of that with the look ahead, but I couldn't bet Northwestern State with your money in this spot. So no bet, but San Fran.
Yeah, I'm not fading the War Memorial Gymnasium here against a lower tier team. So yeah, with you, San Francisco, but weird number. I feel like they're begging you to take it. They'll win by 20 easily. So I'm not betting this. San Francisco wins 78-62.
Yeah, I think this might be the spot where San Francisco gets up and drills somebody. They're known to blow some teams out there at home. Haven't done it yet. Won by 10 against Portland State, 11 against Bradley. I think this may be a drill spot for them. I'll stay off of it just with the look ahead there at the Sanford Pentagon against Minnesota coming up there on Saturday. But yeah, San Francisco minus the 19.5.
All right, Stanford's laying 20.5 against Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. Raging Cajuns go out west. UL Lafayette's defense is pretty bad, but they do play at a snail's pace as well. One of the lowest tiers in the country. They like to slow it down, so different styles here with Stanford that likes to push it, especially against these lower end teams. I don't know. I'll take Lafayette with the points. But for some reason, this feels like Stanford could potentially drill them. But I feel like this Stanford team's so volatile that it's tough for me to actually put my money on them. So I'll pick UL Lafayette. I feel like that Stanford ends up playing with their food sometimes, or if they're not just dominating. But they did this kind of last year. They covered early on, and then midway through the early part of the year, they stumbled. So. Yeah, give me Louisiana Lafayette plus 20.5. No bet.
Yeah, Stanford. I'd lay it with Stanford or take a Louisiana team total under. Louisiana's going to struggle to rebound. They like to play slow. And then, Stanford, really good at getting to the free throw line. They shoot 75%. Louisiana, dead last in the country at sending to the free throw line. They're turnover prone. They can't shoot. They're shooting 66% from the line. One of the most inexperienced teams in the country. Friday you played at McNeese, and now you had to fly all the way to the West Coast to play Stanford on a quick turnaround here. So Stanford or nothing for me in this one.
Yep, I agree. I'll co-sign that Louisiana team total under as well, just with the fact that they're playing at a very slow pace. Stanford's got a pretty respectable defense. Tough travel spot for Louisiana. I'd prefer to play that rather than the 20.5, just because with that low total, I don't like laying a number over 20. So I'd prefer team total under there. Angle would be the one I'd get on board with betting, but I'll probably lay off and not bet this game at all.
Cal Baptist is laying 11.5 against UC Riverside. Cal Baptist defense is pretty good. They've been able to suffocate some teams. UC Riverside kind of up and down. They won on the road against North Dakota, but lost at home. Too many points, though, I feel like, with Cal Baptist, even with their good defense. UC Riverside just has as much good defense. I think Cal Baptist definitely is certainly a little better, but come on, UC Riverside can cover this number. They keep it competitive, and they lose this game by 8 points. So I'll take UC Riverside plus the 11.5. Just feels like with the interstate battle, they should be able to keep it somewhat close and play with some pride here. So give me Riverside against Cal Baptist.
Yeah, I'm with you. I might bet this one. Cal Baptist plays really slow, 309th pace in the country. They don't force turnovers. They can rebound, so I'll give them that. But they shoot 68% from the free throw line, and they're not going to get many shots at it because Baptist is really good at not sending you there. But they're a bottom 100 team at sending teams to the line. Cal Baptist, that is, and Riverside is they're better than most at getting the free throw line, and they shoot 77%. They shoot 40% from three, 56% inside the arc. I just think this is, Riverside's going to be able to hang around. Cal Baptist can't shoot free throws, so if you're going to try to put away a game and you're shooting 68%, that's not a recipe for success. So I'm going to give me Riverside in the points. I think they can just manage to hang around in this game.
Yeah, way too many fucking points for a rivalry game. Not only is it an interstate rivalry, it's a inner city rivalry. It's the Crosstown Showdown. For those who don't know, both teams are there in Riverside, California. And last year, UC Riverside beat Cal Baptist at Cal Baptist by 1. I was looking at the margins of victories and just kind of the overall thing. I think it looks like UC Riverside's history against Cal Baptist: 36 wins, 5 losses. So the fact that a team that's 36-5 against their opponent, I know Cal Baptist is definitely improved upon here in the last few years, but you're giving me an 11.5 with the crosstown showdown and one of those rivalry games. Way too many points. I'll lock it up. Maybe sprinkle a little bit on the money line as well.
I mean, Riverside went to the pit and lost by 14. They'll hang.
Let's go. Final game of the night. UCLA is laying 28.5. Over-unders 144.5. Vegas is just begging for UCLA to cover one of these numbers. I can't. I'm not laying with it. I'm not a big fan of Mick Cronin. Give me Mike Bibby, baby, and plus 28.5 for Sacramento State. You could talk me into waiting to bet this, but I don't know. I mean, who wants to rush to bet UCLA who hasn't covered this number all season? And it just looked flat at times on offense. So give me Sac State plus 28.5. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll take Sac State. I like the Sac State team. They're not horrendous at all. Beat Presbyterian by 2, went on the road to UC Davis, lost by 4, went to UC Santa Barbara, lost by 5. So even when they have hit the road, they haven't been getting blown out. UCLA, coming off the Arizona loss, that was a tough one. Now you're back home. They like to play slow. Sac State can, they can shoot free throws. They can shoot the ball. They are turnover prone. That's going to be a problem for them. But, they've got a decent amount of size to kind of hang around in this one. Give me the 28.5 with Sac State. That's just way too many damn points for this UCLA team. At some point, they will wake up and drill somebody, but Sac State's way too respectable to get 28.5.
Yeah, I agree. Books haven't learned yet. UCLA laying a big number like this, haven't covered a single number close to this at all year long. Now you're off the Arizona game. Cool bounce back spot, sure. You'll be able to get it done here against Sac State, but I think Sac State's going to be feisty. They've got players, man. Mikey Williams, he's Power 5 talent, transferred over to Sacramento State with the money that they have and that they've brought in. You got a couple other guys. Jeremiah Cherry, he's going to be able to bang down low. Prophet Johnson, another senior guard, who's going to be able to hold his own. Came over from Fairfield. I look for them to definitely keep it within this number with just the amount of scoring threats that they have. And like you said, or like I said, UCLA laying 28.5. Books still haven't learned. I'll believe it when I see it. Give me Sac State. Lock it up.
All right. That is our full game slate there for November 18th. We'll be on tomorrow, same time.
Oh, hold on.
Well, no, I know. Hold on.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were signing off. I was like, hold on.
No. God, who do you think I am? God, I cut WWE promos for a living. Well, Trevor, take it away, my friend. I was going to say we always have a rhythm play of the day. It's currently 7-4, looking good. And I really like this rhythm play of the day here. I liked Columbia minus 6.5. I think their edge here is that they're going to be able to dominate at the 3-point. Boston has a hard time struggling or has a hard time defending the 3-point shot, and they struggle against shooting in general. And that's Columbia's strong suit. Columbia's been on a hot start, similar to last season, early on in the year, being able to cover these numbers. And I think Columbia's going to be able to get second chance opportunities as well as another edge against Boston. So I liked Columbia with the big number. I think the line was semi-telling. And then I went and saw that Rhythm liked it as well too. And it was a no-brainer for the Rhythm play of the day to beat Columbia as one of their better bets on the day. So I liked it. The team liked it as well too. And we ended up going to Rhythm and checking out their website, checking out their app, and it was one of the plays that they spit out. So make sure to go to Rhythm, 7-4 on the play of the day. Been solid. We just cashed easy last night on the over let's continue cashing here for Rhythm. And make sure to sign up on their website or download the Rhythm app at rhythm.ai using promo code PFP25 for 25% off your first month. Let's go Columbia. What are you guys thinking the Columbia -6.5? Anything to add?
No, I mean, you basically, excuse me, you basically covered it. Just had all of this here, now I lost it. But yeah, no, Rhode Island, they're coming off the Albany wins. They played nobody. The one team they actually played with the Pulse, Tulsa. They lost by 17 on a neutral. Now you got to travel to Yale, or I'm sorry, Columbia, and get this done. I don't know. This Columbia team's kind of starting to look a little better, in my opinion. I mean, they New Haven and UMass is whatever, but Boston does not look good. They lost at home at Merrimack by, what was it, 13, 12 points. Northwestern got them by 24. They beat Brown and Northeastern, and they needed overtime to beat Northeastern and Brown. We all know Brown is bad, so a bad team. But Columbia, yeah, I think their offense is going to get clicking here. I'm not a fan of Boston. They've looked like shit, and I think this is a nice spot for Columbia to open it up and kick off. Get the season going with a 3-1 with a nice win here versus the underperforming Boston Terriers.
All right. So the Rhythm play of the day, Columbia -6.5. That is fun time there. We'll always sign off with since we got all three of us here now as well too, the triple threat parlay. Let's see. I will take Michigan State +5.5. Start early.
I like it. I will take. Give me Cornell -15.5 over Army.
I like it. Elliot, take us home, Carrie.
UC Riverside +11.5.
All right. So that'll be just about under the +500, I think. +488 is my call.
Let's find out how close is the guess. And then we need Riverside.
512.
512.
That's my guess.
Oh, it's your guess. I'm gonna guess 523. 613.
Ooh.
Shop around potentially because the Green Book had Michigan State 4.5 at -102. So just skew it a little bit if you want the 5. Shop around. I'm sure it's out there, but yeah, Michigan State +4.5, Riverside +11.5, Cornell. We're gonna give the 5 for Michigan State, but roughly around 613. So shop around. I got a good feeling tomorrow's. We're gonna get this one done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All of our picks are posted to the pick sheet. Pump Fake Pod pinned tweet promo and
Description of this
all
video.
Descriptions, videos. Yep. And thanks everyone in the chat for tuning in. I can't even name all the names here as we normally do, just because there's so many people in the chat. You guys are rocking the night. Haters accepted. Takers, riders accepted as well too. We appreciate you guys. All the likes, comments. You guys help us out. Make sure to hit that like button for this video, and make sure to tell your friends to subscribe to the Pump Fake Pod. We're talking college basketball all the time, from conference previews, from all the way down to all team names list in May even. So, yes.
And drop a comment with your favorite pick tomorrow. I want to see what everyone's favorite play of the days are.
Yes, sir, to Juice. I got you. The shipment is in. I will be in New Orleans this week. Let me talk to you about how I will get that to you. So I will be reaching out. Yes, sir. Pump Fake Pod merch, exclusive from the Juice last year. Thanks for waiting and your patience. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome.
Appreciate you.
At I'm_money, at Stoolie Picks, at Michael_Huffer3. Thanks so much, everyone. Peace and love.
Toodles.